5 minutes. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. If you have any questions, write them down. I'm so happy the cat is. Wow, I'm so happy you're in there, baby. I took out your old cushion, I cleaned it. Right? You like it in there? You're so pretty. We're cleaning up. We're putting everything in order. So I brought out RH. I was just sort of more or less laughed at and thrown off the channel. And again, the same, exact same. The bit about unalive, that new word they're coming out with. What else is there? That new word unalive. There's a gang of people that are like school children that are laughing, at each other, which is very, very childish for adults. I don't know how old everybody is. I really don't. I'm busy spraying some stuff on the floor. I'm gonna just turn this thing off maybe just for a minute. Yeah, so you can see me now, right? Yeah, so I'm giving a little squeeze on the floor. You see the two hearts above me, right? You see the diamond? See the diamond in the center? So you know the king, right? Hold on a second. Just let me get a card. I have to wash the floor for a second. I can make this super interesting, get some good music out here, I haven't reached that level yet, right? And I don't want to have commercials that are already out there. I can't stand, the dirt. I don't want to walk I just don't think that dirt should accumulate. You have a place, you got to take care of it, right? Just don't let dirt accumulate. We're all a little different. We all can handle so much dirt. Some of us more than others. And then there's the cleaning technique, I'll tell you one thing. I know some people, their cleaning technique is amazing, there's nothing better than if you think, that the person that comes or if you clean somewhere, if you don't think it's important, man. I don't know about you, but when I finish cleaning myself, somehow not only into my ego, but I feel self-accomplished. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, I got an eye on it when I'm keeping myself. I'm in the midst of redecorating, but I was brought into the awareness, or into the conscious awareness by the words of another. And I'm just looking for, it's over here. There it is. I like to call this the Jamaican over here. So when I was speaking about the 88, right, I was going to go get you the King of Diamonds, is that the king has 7 eyes. The queen has 8 eyes above and 8 eyes below. The jack has 2 eyes, one above, one below, and then 2 singular eyes, right? You ever look at the jack of spades or a jack of hearts or the jack of diamonds or the jack of clubs, right? You still can't get away from this 88. There's a lot of things you can do with this. There's other ways to create this. If you take a look, one of the reasons one part looks bigger is the angle of the creation of the bubble on each of them create this design. When I outline this, it'll change the dimensions even of the letter B, right? One part of the letter B, right, might be going backwards, leaving for the smaller of the bubbles. So if you take a look real close, and I hold this right up, I'm going to see if I can get it right up. Can you actually see what's happening with that right now? Do you see what's happening? Do you see the heart that is in it? Do you see the heart that's in the 88? right? So if you pull it back down, right, we can just flip it around the other way. And you can see, hold on a second, I'm gonna see if I can get up on this chair without falling down, right? So when you take a look at this, right, you can see it a little bit different. I'm trying to see if I can create that same, see the heart area? So it's actually two hearts coming together to create it. So you're actually bringing the Jack, the Queen, the King, you're bringing them all together in the 88 constellations. Now, I didn't start breaking up the 88 constellations. How do we break them up? Where does everything go? Alone. This is happening alone. When others join me to take part in this, that'll be fantastic. Get this onto a program. But before anything gets onto a program, it's got to get into our heads, onto the paper, shared, thrown about, see how it's going to come out, what the results are, because they have to be the correct mathematical results. The story has to connect exactly. There is no error. If you're off by 2, mark 2 and mark what connects to 2 and all about 2. Which 2 it is, I don't know. I want 2. You want two of them too much? Which one of those 2 do you want too much before? 2 days before you wanted something that was too much. How many? Not too many, right? I don't know, but I said goodbye anyways. What did you buy? Oh, it's down by the buoy, down by the shore. I don't care what shore you were going to buy. You know, I didn't ask if you were going to sell. I thought he was in prison, but he wasn't going to sell anything. Sell or buy, I don't know, but I don't have the in-between anymore. But at Bull, I think it's Trade Bull. I think all trades are free. So if all trades are free and now we're down by the market, we got all free trade down by the market. So do we still need Jesus by the market, to break up that free trade? Oh, I don't know. There's too many tariffs on everything. I think that's why Jesus is coming back. I think it's the tariffs, and the tariff backwards is rat, rat like in Ratzinger, who just like disappeared off the top of the cake. And then there's the rat and tar and rat for Tartaria. And one of my first designs is a big rat over there in the corner, right? See the rat in the black inside, right? And it's showing communication underneath the ground. And the rat is going to belong to Bell Communications underneath the ground, BEL and L, right? L as in when you go land, right? On Genesis on day 6, when they went land, animal on man, think about Bell, of how they connected the angle to the communication source underneath the whale. Yeah, under the water. They buried it in there. And that's why when we send your email, it becomes at, instead of saying Atlanta, we already know it's no longer the landline. Now it's the teleline, right? Right? We go LAN Atlanta, and one of my first, one of those first machines for the internet was written by Atlantis. And the IS, and don't remember, IS, Atlanta, and now you got Atlanta, Georgia. So we have to understand, under the ocean, Atlanta, Georgia. All right? Different parts of Georgia underneath the ocean. The RH is beginning to make a lot of sense now, right? Pancakes also, waffles as well. The breakfast, the lunch, the dinner, the connecting to our zodiac signs. So you can see that not everybody, but in base, by 9 o'clock, the kitchen's closed, or let's say by 10. So we're going to run off. Check this out. We run off. This is very cool that we don't eat in the times beginning with Sagittarius, Capricorn, okay, Pisces. And then we go over to, after Pisces, we go to Aries, and that'll be 6 o'clock in the morning. And by that time, right, we're beginning to eat. By 6 a.m., the rooster comes out and crows. So it's 9, 1, 2, 3, and then at 1 again, we begin. Why did I say 2 1s? The Capricorn's a 1 in itself, but it's a 10. It's a 2-digit 1. It gets a reduction. Okay, let me think of this. Yes, it gets a singular reduction. So it gets an I reduction. The R gets a singular reduction. The S gets a double reduction. So I'm going to talk about the RH negative in just 2 minutes. For those who don't know what I do, I'm slowing the music a little bit. I just need a little bit of a glass of water right now. I just want to reset. So I study numbers. I study letters. It's been ongoing for about 20 years now. I come out here and I tell you my results. I share my results with you. If you want to participate, participation is as easy as I don't understand. Just 1 second, there's something under my desk, right? I'm busy cleaning. And yeah, as easy as I don't understand, explain it to me. I want to know more. Where are you going with this? Well, when I started, I had no idea where I was going with this, although I actually knew where I was going, where I was told I was going. But, you know, we all talk to ourselves, and I could have been saying something that was like so far-fetched that I wouldn't repeat it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm going to the end, obviously. I've been always inquisitive about this place, how we got there. I have the same questions. I've been asking these questions over and over and over, especially between the ages of thinking to the age of 41. By the age of 41, I was still a little confused, yet my mind was a little bit more free once the light came within inside of me. Just everything was just like so much different, yet so confusing. And still, I had the same question. Who is this God? It was a 3-letter word. Kept repeating to me, gates of the Omega Divide. Just the people I hung around told me that. I says, gates of Omega Divide. So what would it be? How would the good Lord teach us not to touch the hot fire? And that anything that is not going to help you or advance you or will work against the neighbor is going to be the evil. That will be the demon. What will help you will be the good. What is good is the God. For the one mind, for the one moon that you are inside of demon is the birth of choice. Starts with DE and it finishes with MON, just like in Monday. Monday was day 2. The house of bait is on day 2. It's funny the way day 7 is the father, yet day 1 is supposed to be the father. Day 1 is the heart. Day 7 is it, if you go in a circle, okay, it becomes the beginning. They both become the beginning if you're running in 7 only. If you're looking at the zodiac, like a pinball coming into the game, like your chakras in the back, you need 6 to connect 7. When you connect your 7 chakras, are you connecting to 1 to 7 equaling to 8? Or are you connecting, where is it starting? Is it starting from 0? Is it starting from 1? Is 1 0? So the base of connecting 1 between 1 and 7 is 6. So binary code and numbers and the cube and the hex and the hexahedron and binary code are all about 6. The base of creation in this game is all about connecting 1 into 2, creating 3. The base of creation is what is 3 divides, 3 and 3. The RH, the R is the 18th letter. It can be 2 by 9. It could be 3 by 6. Okay, I got that down. I'm going to explain that. I'm going to explain this. Yeah, so I was just kicked off this channel, and they laughed. And, oh, we know that already. I told everybody here much more than I told them. But it's all 3, 6, and 9. Well, how do we get 3, 6, and 9? Where does 3, 6, and 9 come from? What is 9? Is just 9 is in singularity, or is it 9, 9? Or, oh, I brought my brother, my mother, my sister, and everybody else. So you got them all. All the 9s are here. Welcome to the 9s. This is 1, 8, 9. This is 2 and 7, 9. This is 3 and 6, 9. This is 4 and 5, 9. Oh, 4 and 5, 9. You hanging out with 3 and 6? I heard 3 and 6 and 4 and 5. You know, there's a 3 separation between 6, but when you run from 3 over to 6, you must go through 4 and 5. And what I put together here that's going to lead into the RH, or I'll go into the RH and I'll show you the star system, or I can show you this. There's so much here. So if somebody can interrupt me, this is my live, right? Oh my God, we're 3 people. Wow. There's like room for another, what? How many more people in the world? Like another 7 billion? Oh, but I don't want the other ones. You know, there's like 4 billion NPCs. So if you think, I mean, according to my listening to everybody talking, okay, this is what they've made me say. These are the words of the week that I went through. According to how everybody thinks what an NPC is, and the understanding of the 144,000, the use and misuse of the number 33666 is, I understand that the house must be a basic house of what is broken up into 4 houses of 3. So if I break the 4 houses, okay, if I break the 4 star or the 8 star into 4 different houses of 3, how would I break up the 8 billion people? So would it be 8 divided by 3 would be 2.5 billion people left over. Now in the 2.5 billion people, that has to work in trinity, meaning there must be 2 others that are connected to the same source as you. And each one of these sources, and each one of these stars, I'm going to show you what the stars look like. Each one of these stars, okay, equates to, I still feel like I'm on somebody else's channel. My camera won't turn around. One, 3, 7, 9, 9 and 1, 10, 3 and 7, 10, 2 and 8, 10, 4 and 6, 10, 2, 4, 6, 6, 8, 14. So is 6 like 14? Separation of 2, separation of 2. On this side it's a 3, on this side it's a 7. They changed the Gimel for a C. But this is where 666 comes in. So anyways, before I get there, I just want to show you that this here, which is here, is everything will come and connect this way. Rotators on the corners, passages over here, or rotation inside. I have to see which or what I'm going to do. Is it rotation inside, rotation outside? I'm trying to think what's happening here. When you pass through this with 3 lines, it passes through the 5th area, equaling to 15. You want a blood type? Let's choose O. The RH, here is your H. The H goes with the sun. RH goes with the sun. H goes with the moon. Okay, the sun is broken up amongst area spaces. In each area space, there are moons. But we have the one mon moon within us. We have the demon moon in us. We have the demon moon in us, the 5-4 moon, the woman moon inside of us for our connection. Let me see where else I'm going to go. When I said this, these stars, these 4 stars come from this. This is the major star plugin. They call it the E-world. When you write it out, your connections are going to be A, B, okay? One of your connections, okay, in your trinity, okay, to create this, it's going to be an ABC, an ABD, an ACD, and a BCD. The reverse of your ABC is going to be A6. Okay, it's not in here, it's not in there. Okay, it's going to be AI, BH, and CG. Okay, I need 1, 2, 3. Do I have the 1, 2, 3 one? I'm just trying to see if if I'm allowed to bring the 1, 2, 3 one. See, the 1, 2, 3 is here, here, and here. When I connect these 3 over here, I'll connect to here, here, and here. Here it's 7, and 3 is 10. Here is 1, and here is 9. Oh, here it is, and here is 2, and here is 8. This is my 30 star. This is my ABC, 6 counted for Jack. Also counted for 1/3 of your blood type R. 3 6s get into the art type. So far, what I'm understanding is there's 3 areas chopped inside the area space with your protractor, squaring off and giving dimension to a circle. 2 times 4 is 8, H. 9 times 2 is R. Right away, 2 and 9 is the first 11 that when it comes together, okay, the moons have connected to the house, but yet have made creation, or you are that creation of the birth, as we have been reduced to 1 and 2, A and B. Either it works all 3 ways how they come together. If you want to look at backwards, you want to look at forward, that's fine. So either it's ABC creates C, or C breaks apart, and now we've got the 2 B moons and the 1 A moon. One of these things about this is it's about Venus and Mercury. Venus and Mercury, okay, both have no moons. So I have learned over time to understand that 3 does not begin the game, but is an association to a portal. So, wow, I just broke up one part of my own thoughts. Not happy. Me taking a break in a minute to restructure. So 1 comes between 2 equaling to 3, giving me the opportunity to go 6 times 3. 1 goes in the middle of 2, creating 3. 3 and 6 work together. 3 times 6, 3 plus 6 is 18 and 9, equaling to 27. Now RH, okay, coming together equals to 37. That's one rung above itself. And the reverse of it is 1 rung below itself. I'm looking at this book, looking for this book. RH equals to 26. IS equals to 28. The reverse alphabet of R is I. The reverse alphabet of S is H. S is an explanation of the moon. H is an explanation, as well as R, an explanation of the sun. H is 4 times 2. R is 9 times 2. We don't begin the house of Bet until we arrive at the letter Bet. Aleph, Bet. Aleph and Bet create Gimel, but here we create C. There it's G, here it's a C. They're both air signs, by the way. Just by chance. One is number 57, Gemini. Well, put G and E to 5G and let's connect that to the mini moon and not the maxi moon or the maximum from the minimum, right? The I and the A, the difference, the understanding of see, this is not only the story I speak, but if you interject with why did I say that, I will tell you about why I said it. And you'll say, oh, okay, I understand why you said this about I and not that about A. I is what divides A. Your A takes your protractor, stick it in here. That is your I of your protractor. When you spin it around, you can now divide A between the left side and the right side of the spinning of that protractor. This is where I come up with this. This is telling me about R and I. So if it tells me about R and I, do you know what the reverse of the numbers are? When I switch the alphabet into 360 degrees, they become the halfway point of 360 degrees, therefore meeting at the equator. So this is where my RH, the H, that side and that side, the I in the center, I mean, they have a logo. It's IH. You know what the IH? International Harvester. They also have IHOP, but I'm not going to put that in. International. Nation, AL. So the AL is for the alchemy of the put together. This says inter. It's not saying enter. Intern, to be intern, internal, intermediate. The word terre in French means earth. If you reverse it backwards, the retina has come back to me very often. Having an association of ET is actually explaining that it's a hookup. The T letter is the passage, right? The T letter is what happens when you connect the major star here. That's a T star. If you take a look, it'll T this way, it'll T this way, it'll T this way. Every crossing star will have a T. And then there's all the connects, which are crossing through that T connect. So when you cross through it, every crossing has a value of 5. You cross 4 times, you create 20. This becomes the E. The other crossing connect wiring is equal to the T. And now we have ET communication. This is where the letter J made a transition from the letter Y, broken up by ET, and now becomes the letter J because of how E was used. And what I like about E, I like the way the heartbeat. It's a very cool heartbeat. Have you ever seen the heartbeat of E? There's other ways to do it. There's other ways to do it. The thing about this, right? See the way it's counting by ones, but over here it's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So if you're looking what 10, 20 is, or the year 2030, right? Look at that. Do you know what that represents? That 13? That's the same as this. Corridor here, corridor here. 7 separates the communication between 8 and 6, between the king, the queen, and the jack by virtue of the king. Now, was there a movement like this and bypass the 7? I don't know. Your 6 and 3 is your base creation, okay, from the heavens creation. 3, 6, 9, 8, 3, 11. 3, 6, 9, 8, 3, 11, but better off looking at it this way. Yeah, I already did. I don't know why I had to redo it, but anyways. So now forget about this. Before I mix up your mind, I'm putting a little music. I got to take like 3-4 minutes to reset. I want to look at what everybody says, and I would prefer somebody to try and direct me in an area to explain more about RH, because I do want to explain more. I haven't done all of it. I've only done a little piece. I'm still on the search. I wanted to explain to you what is 18 or 19. I want to explain to you the H and the R, where they are, where they're located in the cube. And there's 3 or 4 different answers that I know of, because it depends how you trace getting to the heart. And the thing is, if you want to take a break, study Rubik's Cube. Study Rubik's Cube, look at a calculator, look at one of these. And the minute we pick up a protractor, you automatically create diameter. Diameter begins with ID. 4 and 9. You know what else is 4 and 9? 4 and 9. Do you know what actually goes on here? 7, 9, 11, 13. Where's the main component? Area 51. What holds 5 and 1 between it? 2, 3, and 4. Your vibration. What finger does it go on? This one. Marriage, Mars. Marine, Mars. Ram, Mars. Ram, tough. The 4 houses in the star system on planetary Earth in rotation of the Mars gate. Anybody going to I am, Miami? When you read it backwards, it's IMA, Ima, mother. When you flip it around, AMI, it becomes ami in French. It becomes friend. A and M, one A through M, AM. In the morning, you get up to the soul, okay, of the outer world, the male soul. When you come into the house, you become the electronic resident in this house. It is in the air you breathe. You can't get away from it. It doesn't matter what you say, but what you can get away from, okay, is anything without getting to your own vibration. Once you feel your own vibration, you'll eventually build up an immunity and you won't feel good in your skin, so you'll push it away. You have to emanate it far enough away that the torus field around you no longer supports it. Don't give it an entry. Don't let it in. And I find that there's a lot of foolish stuff going on TikTok. Be careful when you go out there. There's a lot of channels where there's sharks out there. They just want to devour. Doesn't matter how right you are. They won't give you the chance to show how right you are. They just want to devour you. They want to take away every last breath. Feel like you're running into a wall every single time. Don't go for it. I go there. I'm trying to learn it. I need to understand that, because by learning that, I understand the system itself. So I go. I take, if you want to call it punishment, fine. I breathe my way through it. Very sad, but also very satisfying. To pick up just that little bit that I learn is huge. The difference between 10 and 12 is 1.2, and that's where the separation begins. Between 5 and 4 and 5 and 6, in order to connect Capricorn over to Pisces. 1.2 times 5, or 20% over 5, is 1. I need 1 to go from 5 to 4 and 1 to go from 6 over to 5. That's going to start my connection up with the Fed. That's how they connected it. The upper slate to the lower slate. FED, Fed. 4, 5, 6, 11, 11, 121 area spaces in the game of cribbage. 4 times 5 times 6 is 120. House of the 7th gate. Why? Add up 1 through 15. It equals to 120. But check this out. It's the E world. Add up 1 through 5. It equals to 15. Now check this out. It's all about alpha beta. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 equals 3 and 2 equals to 5. The 3 and 2 pig, the 3 and 2 Leo. 3 times 2, 3 plus 2 is 5 and 6, 11. It's all about 11. It's all about 11. 11 creation. 121. I just went around the horn. But I missed out a lot of spots. We're in the year of the IT system. If you think we're just in the year of number 9, no. This year is number 29. It's an 11 year this year. They have to, whoever's doing the numerology out there, this year is an 11 year according to the star system. Is the star system telling the truth? Is the star system telling the truth? Are we really into Aquarius this year? Well, let's check it out. 2025. If we do mathematics, it's only 9. Why throw out the 0? And the second part of this is 2 times 2, 4. 2 times 5, 10. 2 times 10, 20. 2 plus 2 plus 5, 9. 20 plus 9 equals 29. It is the beginning of a new cycle.
How long do we go before we invert the cycle? Well, everybody knows it's 3 years. We are into the beginning of the second year, beginning on February 29th, 2024, ending, okay, on February 29th, February 28th, 2027, 1,461 days. 2027, if we want to have a reflection in the Hebrew year, in 2027 will be the year of 5787. Did I get that right? 5787, 5788. By the end of the year, it'll be 5788, matching up the same numeric value of the moons with the constellations. Also, the house value is 27. 3 times 6, 3 plus 6, 2 nines. The 18, the 3 times 6, 18, 1 and 8 equals to 9. It's the 2 nines. So I'm going to shut up for a second. I have to shut up. I've said too much. I've opened up too many doors. There's so many branches on the tree you can't see through the forest. Now all the other trees are beginning to grow and you're not sure what to think. So I'll start all over again if you're still here. Ask me anything. How far back in history do you want to go? 1 million, 1 billion, 1 trillion? Doesn't matter. It's a letter. It's a word. I'm only talking about the words. This is just a game. If we're creating, let's create with sticks, with matchsticks. If I can create it with matchsticks, then I know the Lord of creation can do it too. But if I can't do it, how can they do it? And it only has to work on paper. Once we get it on paper, right? But it doesn't work alone. There's many angles. So I'm going to show you just one piece to think about to show you how true these cubes are. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 equals to 8. 2 times 4, 8. 2 plus 4, 6. And this is going to be break after this. So, where are we? 4 and 2, 3 and 5. 4 and 2. And on the other side is 3 and 5, 4 and 2. So far, so good. If we have 3 and 5, we have 8. If we have 3 times 5, we have 15. 8 and 15, 2 and 3. 2 and 3 equals to 5. 4 and 2. 4 times 2, 4 plus 2. 8 and 6. 8 and 6 is 14. 1 and 4 equals to 5. 1, 4, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4 equals to 10. When you see this over here, take a look. We're going to show you one more piece on here. I'm trying to see where it is. 4 and 5. 4 and 5 equals to 9. 2 and 7 equals to 9. 3 and 5 is going to equal to your 8. I'm going to be mixing this up. 6 and 4. Okay. So anyways, I'm going to keep this for after, but you can see the way the dice match up. Although they're 6 and 8, when you create the crisscross addition multiplication, they become the same. So this is what the star system math has taught me, how to bring things to balance off between the upper house and the lower house, how to understand the difference of what we see, okay, as 26 letters in the alphabet, but in reality, there's only 5 or even less than that. The thing about this is location. So we put this here to understand location. So I'm going to be back in 2-3 minutes. If somebody wants to come up, I have a lot more to discuss. Hello, Sir Gareth, 333. Hello, Elamia, 33. 33 and 333 equals Malbay at 999. Then we have Matisse ending with IS is what you like, RH. Now we got two T's together. Tis not my fault am I to be in Matisse. So there must be some kind of poetry in there. And another thing I'm going to be working at in a couple of days, and I have still not finished the Mayan thing yet, is the disciples, the 12 days of Christmas, things people know. Anyways, got thrown off that channel. And I don't open my camera no more when I get on. I won't go on a channel and open my camera. I won't talk until they speak to me. But they said 4 different realities about RH, and all they kept saying was 3, 6, and 9. And I'm going, okay, explain it to me. And so that's why I decided to come up here and do it myself. Is it this picture here? I don't know. I'm going to leave this up during the music. Everybody go make a wee-wee. I'm not staying here all day. I'll be here probably. What time is it now? It's 3:33. Okay, everybody, it's 3:33. That's 213 minutes. That's 213. So we can say this is the reverse of the cat. It's also 71, 71, 71. Yeah, this is the Trinity. Right now, it's your time there, Gareth. Amelia, we got all the threes out. Not only that, but 333 and 33 is 366. And now we have the 366 days of the year split up in Trinity, which is 3 by 122. Which is also what is, 3 times 111 and then 3 times 11. It's funny because I just worked on a piece like that. Okay, not that exact piece, but where darn all them books go? Where them darn books go? Please, please, where is it? No, it's gone. I think I put it away somewhere else. Help, Mr. Bill, come out of the bedroom. You've been under the covers all day. I can't believe I can't find it. Wow. Wow. That took me like 18 minutes to do 25 times. Bear with me. Wow, bear with me. You know what it means to bear with me? Why would they say bear with me? Why? Because when it gets cold and there's no conversation and there's no flow, it gets cold. So all the bears, they nap. So when they say bear with me, it means take a snooze. You know what I'm saying? Put on the alarm clock. Get ready for me. Alarm. I have to put up that word too. I'm going to write down that word on this page over here. I wrote Atlanta instead of alarm, you know? Oh my God. Oh yeah, this was the word I didn't want to put. Check this word out. Check this word out before I go. Check this word out. 597759. Okay, 4 times 2, 4 plus 2 equals 8 and 6. So it shows the passage through the 7th gate. Okay. Oh, I gotta show this. This is a huge word. You're gonna like this. So where is the book that was finished that on the last page, I'm going to look through 19 books now. You want to go wee-wee? Everybody wants to go wee-wee or tutu? Go ahead. I'm not showing anything. Oh, this book is half empty. How is this book half empty? And is this book half empty? Ooh. No, that's not it. Oh, God. I've been doing this for 20 years, and I'll tell you one thing. Ask me to look for something, okay? Ask me to look for something. I'll go over there. It's in the closet. There's like 800 books in the closet. I'm going, which book? The one on top. There's a whole shelf of books on top. Okay, no. Just give me a minute. I definitely want to show you this. And it's not like I write only one book a month. You notice when I'm talking, the same thing, what I'm doing in my head when I'm talking, I'm saying to myself, what am I selling everybody right now as I'm talking? You see all the books I did in the closet? I got hundreds. I got 12,000 videos. Hold on. Have you painting all over in the background? Oh, you like my green screen? Comes with its own haircut and paintbrush. Oh, live music. Oh, you know what? You know what live music is about? Because when it's playing it's going right through you. So if you're going to a music show and it's not to the right rhythm or beat, you're going to feel it. Okay, I say take some gravel pills with you. When I get into a car, certain cars, right away when I feel the car going, I get sick. When I know that car is not meeting my beat. So if you're going to buy a car, I suggest for you right now, not all numerologists will tell you, right? Because this is part of the numerology we all have to understand. Again, back to vibration, something you can't explain. It's a personal thing. You don't have to explain it. If your mind says you don't like spaghetti today, you have put something into your mind to not like spaghetti. Like, I don't want to eat pasta. I don't feel good before I even eat it. I heard what they put into the seed that went into the ground. And then I heard what they put on top of the flower coming up. I don't want it. Maybe spelt. Maybe I'll take spelt. I didn't hear enough stories about spelt yet. Like, I've heard so many stories, I don't even know what's true anymore. So you know what I do? I go to my reliable calculator and I calculate it, right? Just like you calculate life path, well, I like to do this with my food. I haven't learned the code yet, but I'm starting to understand it if I put time into it. It took me 20 years to get here. If it takes me another 20 or 30 years, I'm sure I'll get out. One way or the other, I'm gonna go, or they're gonna get you. Woo! Not me. Of course not me. You can't get me. You know? You know what? I can deke you out and I don't have to move. Okay, participation. I don't participate. Okay, just let me see where I am with this. No. I keep forgetting it's my live. I'm still waiting for somebody to throw me off, you know? Oh, here's another part of the RH. Okay, what about this one? 7-Eleven. Here's another one. Here's one thing. Is when you're looking at 1357, okay, where's the 2? Where's the 2? There can't be a 2. This one is 2, but there's now one on the left, one on the right. This 1, 2 makes the third one to close it up. So it's 135 or 246. We have to count by 2s. 1, 2 is a half area space, or 2 is not 2. You want to see 2 where 2 really shows up? I want to. Over here is 4. It's 2 and 2. Over here it's 1 by 1. Over here it's 2 by 2. Let the games begin. Alpha, beta coming together. This house jumps on top of this house, joining what is 1 and 3, 3 and 5, and 5 to 7. But if you want to count how many rows, the first row, the second row, the third row, the fourth row, how many rows are there, right? Now, before I say this, just let me just explain something, okay? That when you get 135, if you take a look at the deck of cards, you will see this and this are all odd, but in the deck of cards, they're not all the same. You ain't on break yet? No, Mom, not on break yet. Yeah, I know I told everybody. You know who Ma is, right? That's the outside soul source, right? That's what helps you. Not like in the game. In the game, it's AME. Outside the game, it's AM. They added the E. I can just be number 5, right? But I had to get the AM to come with me, which was 13, 5, and 1, equaling to 19, right? The 13 was man on the moon, right? 13 is for the bar mitzvah, connecting it to the bat's mitzvah. That's where this also fits in, the difference between alpha, beta. Now, where was I? Oh my God, I hate when I forget to think. Yes, I remember. I am so lucky I used my brains. Thank you, oh Holy Spirit, for letting me breathe. Okay, we have the 5, the 9, the ace, and we got the 4. I can just like, you know, we can just like, woo! Okay, did we get what we needed? Oh no, I needed the 3. I thought I had the 3. Wow. We have to go pick these cards up. No way. Wow. Oh, there's the 3. So check this out. So you see the 3, right, is showing us the division. So we're going to put it on which line? We're going to start here. We're going to work here. I'm going to put the 3 right over here and show you there's the upper house and the lower house. And then we have the heart right over here. I'm not sure if we should be putting it this way or talk about connecting the heavens, the H and the I. We connect it to the cube over here. We connect it with the heart of Leo and Aries. But every time you connect it, you're always with Taurus. And then, look at that, not the same. They all have the ace position, but not this. Once you pass the 3rd level, right, the 7th gate is the connection divide, bridging of the moon, which ends up happening see your full joint of Capricorn, which shows you 5 and 5 into your birth. See, you bring the ace birth right into the house. You see the way we have 4 and 4, 8 over here. Unlike the joint house, hold on a second. Somebody see this card. Now this one, you can see the Star of David, the way it begins to link up. See the hexagon in the center, the hexagon in the center. Oh, here it is. See, here the 8 is with the 6. The 9 birth comes from beyond the heavens. So when you're trying to plug up your RH negative, take a look at the difference. They're running 2 moons to a heart. The ace is a division. ACE is a division. It shows you above is below, but when you go above and below, it's top left to bottom right. They show you right here. This is when in Vegas or at the card casinos, they chop off these 2 corners, okay, when the deck becomes an amateur deck. When the deck becomes an amateur deck, it becomes like the SIM card or your HDMI cable when they start chopping corners off. So these are all expressions that are all happening. So when you take the 8, you can also understand that it's working objectively between the 6 and 7, in which the king, the jack, and the queen all have direct associations. The jack 6 come together in association towards the 4. The J is noted to be the 10th card, but not only do they add up together, the jack holds only 6 eyes. I don't know if I have the other jack. So when you hold the kings up against each other, they have 7 eyes. Now, if you note, they all have above and below, right? So one of my questions would be, what are they trying to show us? Is there anything that they're trying to show us with this? So I just want to give you just one dimension of thought. Just give me a second. So can you see that? Right, you see that? So did you see the way those swords run together? The fingers that are in the middle, you only see 6 now, right? You see the way the band comes together, you create an eye. The red band between the knuckle, right? You see the heart of that? What is actually creating those? Are those circles, right, to the heart? You see that little, I forget what they use that for. They usually call that for a branch that comes out of a tree. Um, Everything is representing the club. So everything is representing Trinity, the beard, the dot in the center of the club on the hat. The hat also shows light. The spreading of the hat also shows light. Okay. If you look at this dimension, it also shows the river. It also shows that there is energy, okay, beneath the river. And it also shows the blue band underneath the hat. So we have a lot of color here. The hair is also blue and it's not black. So I just don't want to get too much into this. I just wanted to talk about the way the card, although the center is the same, it's not really the same anymore. I'm just trying to see how to take this off. I'm a little lost with this right now. Hold on a second. Yes, so we can see that the queen has all 8 eyes. So the queen goes up here. The king only has 7 eyes. It goes here. It goes with Gimel. Okay, the 3rd letter is Gimel. We'll put that over here. 3 times 7, 3 plus 7 equals 21, and 10 equals 31. Go to jail. 21 is the cube. Assume the cube. Here is the association of the 28-day cycle of the moon. 4 sevens. 4 sevens, 28-day cycle of the moon that runs amongst the 88 constellations. 3 and 8 is a representation of 11, and this one's a representation of 1111, or what is the ring of the cube. It's also noted to be what is 14 and your birthday at the same time. The going around of the cube of the queen. Okay, and I hope I didn't make this wrong. I'm going to have to do this again. I just missed something in my head to repeat why that was. Oh, we have to go around the cube, all 4 sides, to hit 8 corners for 36. Going around the cube is 36. Okay, the pole is 18. That's your 54. It's a sun cube. We are smaller than that. We go 3 levels. Even in darts, they have 3 levels. They got the single dart, they got the double dart, and they have the triple dart. You have 20, you have 20 areas is 210. You have double that. Okay, instead of going 210, if you hit every single dart once, 1 through 20, it equals to 210. You do that twice, it equals to 420. You do it 3 times, it equals to 630, and that becomes your creation. 630 plus the heart of darts gives you 705. That becomes the male and the female birth. Do not forget 5775. Do not forget it. How many of these go into 5775? Well, wait a second. How many of these go into 225? 45, because it's the 45 pass. It's the 45 angle. So it's 45 times 5. So what we're going to do is we're going to go 6,000 divided by 5. Right? And is that 5.12? Right? 1.2. Take away the 45 times 5. What is that? That's your 22.5 birth. Right? When you draw a line on this angle, on 360 degrees, the angle here is 225. The separation of the 90 is 6750. Now we need the heart section. The heart section starts at 216 plus 684 is the moon and the sun. This is where your RH comes in. Your second part over here is 234. This is where your 666 comes in, your rotation in the star system. 666, 675, 684, 216, 225, 234 from the 90-degree angle that you're going to be chopping. Third level, 1, 2, 3, A, B, C equals to 6. You go to the next level. The moon is going to be Where is it? Over here is where we're going to get the passage. Once we get the passage, okay, that's when we bring in the second side, and this is when this joins. We're the 6, but where's our point? How do we communicate? What is our direct value? Today I figured out that 8 times 1.125, or okay, is going to be equal to what is the value of the single area to the center, except instead of giving it that value, okay, it gave it the value of 5. So it becomes 1.25 times 4 equals to the value. Let me explain again. If I don't like the size of this because we put too many. I'm usually good with the dice, but if I only used 5 and I use this area space as a volume of 9, okay, I would have 4 corners. Forget about the rest. 1.25 times 4 equals to 5, equating to itself as well. Should I be doing that? I don't know. But I want to get off the floor right now. Going to get onto the table. And at the same time, I can feel my hand picking up all these crumbs off the floor from walking around in this place. I don't know who's been here lately. I think people sneak in on purpose and wipe their boots and then leave and don't tell me. That's why I keep finding 10 cents on the floor all the time. Somebody's got a hole in their pocket. Whoop. Oh, I got a hole in my pocket. Look at that. Talked about a hole in my pocket, and I find a card with a hole in it. Oh, not a hole. It's got a window. Woo. Ooh, there's a window. Maybe that's what I should do to the cards. Make windows. This here could be a mask, or maybe this goes on as a shoulder pad. Everybody looks at this. Is this really a cleaver? What is this? Maybe they're having pizza. I always looked at this as a face mask. Never looked at this as real. So I only have one I. I equals to 57 equals to one. I equals to what is sorry equals to 35. 35 is the heart of the cube. Sorry about that. It's also 575, which is the center of the house, which is the center. Wow, it just bumped into these two. See that 5775 electric company? It's got an eye on you. You can see both sides of the house. And what are the sides of the house? 6 and 6. What actually happens is, I'll show you this in the cards, right? This is what happens. This is 5 and this is 5. Okay? This one's number 7. See, number 6 comes in, okay, and goes over here. And another number 6 comes in, goes over here. Number 8 comes in, okay, and goes over here. The reason it comes over here is because then the 9 birth comes in and it goes over here. Now, I'm going to just slip this out and show you that these 3, and pull this out and show you these. So this one is 6 and 6. Okay, this one is 9 and this is 5. All right. I don't know where that other piece I'm going to look for, but when you take your cube out and you put 9 on this side, you have 5 on this side. And when you have your 6 on this side, you have the 8 on that side. So what I showed you on the floor doesn't only show up in the cards and in the cube, but in the games. All the same, all running the same algorithm. So I'm going to jump on to wherever we were next, but I need 5 minutes right now. I'm going to see what everybody says. I think I'm going to look at the comments before I get up. No, I'm going to look at the comments when I get back. So it's going to be like silent for at least 5 minutes, or about 5 minutes. You know why I'm looking at the screen? Because I have no idea anybody's here. I'm just looking at myself. I'm like going, in fact, I don't even see me anymore. Oh, it's May 10th today. Yay! I am. Wow, it's May 10th. So today is the 130th day. Tomorrow is the 131st day of the year. Let's talk about that also. We'll add that in. My God, where is my original book? Five minutes.
They take a cut when you work all day. Skim a little more when you get your pay. Call it income, call it fair. But I see hands everywhere. Sales tax when I buy my food. Property tax on the house I choose. Carbon tax on the air I breathe. They even tax the land and sea. Oh, the taxman's game, the taxman's song. They take a little bit all year long. From the east to the west, from the poor to the best. They got their hands deep in our pockets, no rest. Yeah. They tax your car, they tax your land. They tax your dreams, they tax your plans. Tax on dividends, tax on rent. Tax on dollars already spent. The IRS and the Cray, they take their share, they make you pay. T5 forms and credits due. Protection B, just more red tape for you. Oh, the taxman's game, the taxman's song. They take a little bit all year long. From the east to the west, from the poor to the best. They got their hands deep in our pockets, no rest. They tax your car, they tax your land. They tax your dreams, they tax your plans. Tax on dividends, tax on rent. Tax on dollars already spent. The IRS and the Cray, they take their share, they make you pay. T5 forms and credits due. Protection B, just more red tape for you. Oh, the taxman's game, the taxman's song. They take a little bit all year long. From the east to the west, from the poor to the best. They got their hands deep in our pockets, no rest. They say it's roads, they say it's schools. They say it's healthcare bending rules. The loopholes come for the ones in suits, while we pay up in worn out boots. Oh, the taxman's game, the taxman's song. They take a little bit all year long. From the east to the west, from the poor to the best. They got their hands deep in our pockets, no rest. Government debts keep stacking high, yet they tell us not to ask them why. Inflation steals what we have left. They print more money, we pay the debt. They tax the fish, they tax the trees. They even tax your funeral fees. Authority means what they decide, but we're the ones who provide. So learn the game, don't play it blind. Ask the questions, read between the lines. Cause the taxman's here and he won't go until we change the way things flow.
So that's it. That's why I come out here every single day. You know, I take it seriously. I make it as a joke. I make like there's nothing actually happening, that nothing ever bothers me. But if nothing ever bothered me, why would I be here? Why do I have to share all this information with everybody? Why do I believe it's pertinent that we all know this? Or am I here just to get judged? I'd like to know, for those who are interested, does anything that I put out on the screen make any sense at all? I am only the beholder of the torch. Is it my voice that speaks for the holder of the torch? You can point to the man in the middle. What is man? Why are we all spoken to as man? Land, animal, and man. Well, it wasn't from the ocean, was it? What animal did they think came here? So if you said land animal to something, what would they say? Why did we come here with land animal and not with the bird? Right? What animal should we have come here with? Has that question ever been asked in the Bible? Right? There's a lot of questions in the Bible. It's a lot of fun to listen to a lot of people talk about the Bible. In fact, it's a lot of fun. But when you listen to them argue without discussing to understand the differences, I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Don't drag anybody down your street. Look at the differences. There's something huge, and it could be just the word as I am in translation. Even the translation is part of the lie as it is part of the truth. You found something on the floor. Is it a broken piece? Did it come with the game? Was it there for safety purposes only, and it was a throwaway for recycling? When you buy certain items, they will stick. If it's plastic, they stick in the old games when we used to make antique cars and stuff. They stick little pieces together so nothing moves. Then you twist them and take them off. You file them down. So we have to understand that within this game, we come with these pieces. And guess what? Some of these pieces are still moving parts. They're still moving parts. Yeah, dead or alive. And I'm saying that word out here. I don't like the word unalive. I don't like it. If they want to take me off the word, I'm going to say it properly. But I want to use it in the game, and I don't want to say it too often. So I might say read. You know the letter R? So the letter R, the letter V, the letter D, and the letter O. If your child was in the room right now with you, I will tell you to give your child these pieces. And will you see 70? Will you see 70? Or will you see 70? If I take this and drew the V down here and put the D over here, or I flipped it this way. Now, if you think about it, it's DVD. And if you look at it, it's a right angle. If you look at it at the 7, it's a left angle. When you flip it upside down, it looks like 70. When you talk about 70, you might say T instead of D. One is the 4th letter, the other is the 20th. The other piece I was speaking on is when it became 420, right, again, 4D to T20. And very often in language, that when you have the TT, you have the DD. You have 4 and 4 equals to 8, to what is 20 and 20 equals to 40, or noted GG 7 and 7 equals to 14, to what is 4 and 4 equals to 8. That will be communication coming together. So what is this T? In the game right now, this is the pieces and parts I'm working with. Write this down if you want to play the game. If you want to join, I want to put this game onto the market. Make an app. You can take it home. You can learn about the zodiac by just putting in into the application what needs to be put in. I don't know how it's going to be made yet, but I'll explain to you how it works. It's not just putting in your birthday and it spitting out what the zodiac says, okay? It shows you the algorithm movement of the zodiac with any word, not just your birthday, but any word, any phrase. It'll show you all the movements of any word, any phrase. And it will also line it up with the piano. I have to use what is already being used musically. I need to use also the alphabet. I also need the mechanics of the alphabet, the way they were put together in game form, game mode. Now, I don't have all the answers. I'm only here to make you aware of the game I started 20 years ago that I'm still working on. I never knew how many people that were gonna be needed, but eventually, over a period of time, I understood all I am doing is orchestrating and finding all the best in their domain for professional teacher and amateur. And then you run the Olympics. What is the Olympics? All those that enter into the game that see the difference, they can enter. If it fits in files, it'll fit in file into a certain area. Therefore, we can all upload everything with no error of messing up the system, because everything will be into a block. The minute you put a word into it, it's going to call out that word. The thing is, unless I'm finished understanding the numbers myself, this is where I think I need the most help to finish understanding the numbers themselves, explaining them, and then understanding the numbers at the end are going to be easy, I believe, because there are so many people that read the Zodiac. There are so many people that do numerology. We just have to put what they know about all of this, put in and see what the algorithm message is. I mean, it's already being done, right? I'm just adding in that we need to reach 3663. The separation in the house is 27. 3 times 6, 3 plus 6. 9 and 9. Do you know where 9 and 9 plays? 8 around here and 9 over here. Guess what? 1 here, 8 over here. 9 over here, 8 over here. 9 over here, 8 over here. If 9 moves from this position and goes into this position, do you know what happens in expansion? This here, okay, is what is known as the 7th area. It divides all the other areas. The area that surrounds this area is the 6th area. In this scenario, no, I did not make any duplications in the counting. I'm not counting by 3s. Okay, I'm sorry, by 2s. Not counting by 2s, I'm just counting by 1s. So I count 1, 2, 3, 4. When I showed you the other design, when I was counting one in between the other, that will be a rib connecting the spaces. I'm going to have to show you that also. What I showed you on the floor before would be this. See these singular cards, the 1, the ace, the 3, the 5, over here. The 7 ended up here, splitting the 2 sides. This is where we ran 7, 9, 11, 13. Here's your 7, which equates to what is half of the area space, dividing at the 7th gate. And here's the other 7 dividing at the other side. Let me meet my spirit, deep reflection within inside myself, below the ocean floors. Yeah. So yes, I said I'm going to get to all the messages before I go on there. I'm going to look at everything. Let me look at everything. Wow, there's a lot missing. They took off a lot of stuff. They made it disappear, so I missed a lot of messages. I'm telling you right now. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you, Jenny. I just can't pick up all the messages sometimes. Yes, the silent H and the GH combination and the SH. Sheep herd. Divine numerology to me, and what does this mean? Divine numerology. I have to look up what there's so many things of what people say about divine, the word divine in itself. More or less, the word says divide between the oceans and the strength, divide between the truth. Okay, a vine or a vineyard is where the spirits come to hang out. It's also located on number 19, according to the golfers, because that's where number 19 heads out. When you head to number 19, you're going to associate the top four executives. And when you ignite these top four executives, you ignite them with Capricorn. And when you ignite them with Capricorn, you, Sagittarius of mind, coming into this world of Alpha, Beta, Gamma, Delta. That's how you meet the executives in the spirit world. They are what connects you, the four executives of what connects you, okay, to everything at the heart of the realm of the heavens, H8. 2%, 20%, yes, 2%, 20%, much needed. Calculate everything off of number 5, work yourself up, work yourself down. Work from number 5, even card counters start above 0. So I think card counters want to stay away from 0. So I'm just looking at New York Minute right now, and with New York in itself, Yo 11, the student of what is the divided creation. K is that divided creation, K9. R is part of the 3629, equaling to 18. It's the IT system. The IT system, it's electronics. I don't know if it's intertwined and woven into our birth for the reception in the air we breathe. How something may have, what did it do? Did it cut us off? Is it a passageway? I don't know yet. I'm not sure if it's possible. Somehow I know we cut off from it and we end up at the source. I believe we reconnect with that source constantly after 3 days of being awake. If we don't sleep, it's because we've relinquished the connection with the source, in which we do that in our REM sleep on the soccer field, 45-45. Those are 2 passages. It's almost like saying Atta or Atlanta, which is a land communication underneath the ground. They buried Atlantis according to association of words. How we send our email, we know everything that is being transferred is being run under the letter system. Anything to do under the letter system is being run under the alphabet. The letter system that we have is part of the alphabet system, because everybody wants to use the letter or the letter, where they can just switch railways because of the misunderstood usage of the word. But not only the misunderstood usage, but the truth that when we connect D and T together, it is what is part of the teacher, the T and H. The T letter, which is the 20th letter, okay, and the H letter, okay, which is the 8th letter, okay. It's not the D, it's the H. When you bring the complete house together, from the D, it goes to the H. It's 2 times 4. It's at the 7th gate. It divided the gate. So it's DD, right? DD equals to what is 500. Go to Roman numerals. M is 1000. That's your value of M. Even when you say the M, you love because you love the Trinity. They say it in French. When they say they love, they go AIME. That is to love. The word is the artificial intelligence of the matter and energy that consumes us and that we are made of at the same time. I'm also going to put the word lien, where I meets E. That would be part of the electronic sun system. L is that explanation. L connects to the ocean. It's the 12th letter. Just 1 second. I said something. I need to back it up. Right. So what it is when you're counting in English, first 1, second 2, third 3, 1 between 2 equals to 3. 3 is a corridor to 4. Stop right there before you go any further, because once you run that corner, you're on to the other side of the cube. 1, 2, 3, 6 or 60 seconds on the clock. When you hit 4 or 10 or 100% of time, you take the 4 off, you enter into the 3, you're no longer in the 4th house, you're now in the 3rd house. Everything runs in 3rd. What represents that house? The game of hockey. And guess what? If you're in the middle of the period or in the middle of the game, you're at the 30-minute mark. And if you're at the 30-second mark on the clock, right, you're in the halfway part of time, but not at Trinity, but in Trinity. So you'd be working at 20 seconds at this point and not at 30. Perhaps this is where 20 and 30 come together in the year 2030 when they call this the end cycle. In all actuality, we're going to go to, and there's a few things I still left out, but I want to go to also, I didn't speak about 5775, 5760, 4320, 5790, 888, 1888, 1963. Now I have to get something to drink. So I'm taking a 2-minute break. 10 is divine. 10 is divine. So we had divide. Now we have divine. So even in that word, like if you take off divine and put MON, we'd have a demon. So we'd have to, I'd just like to understand that DE and the RE, the DE and the RE. So I have refine, revise. I can put revise and divine to revise things, to revise 10. 10 is an association of A, B, C, D. The letter is J. The reverse alphabet of A, B, C, D is Q17, but it's Q17 as AF equals to 1 plus 6, or what is B and E, okay, equaling to what is 2 and 5 equals to 6, or what is C and D, which equals to 3 and 4, right, equals from 4 equals 7, or what is A and B and D equals to 7, or 1 and 2 and 4 equals to 7, as well 9 and 7 equals to 7, and 8 and 8 equals to what is 7, and we will have mother of the constellations of the divided house. So if you go constant, stand, bull. Okay, I need a glass of water. Just give me a second here. The TikTok entity is like going to the store as a 7-year-old and looking at all the bubblegum wrappers in 1970. And every time there's a new comic that comes in, the adrenaline that flows from the bottom of your basin up to your skull, your eyes, you can feel it shiver in the back of your spine, that when your mother touches your back, you can never forget it. As she took care of you in bed, not because you felt you owed her back, but because she took care of you. You can remember when you had the feeling that you didn't owe something back when you got something. You didn't have to tip or pay for it. Do you remember that feeling? Well, this is the feeling that must come back. We cannot feel that we always need to pay. This is how the silver lining was set up. It's part of the matrix. I call it the matrix because you call it the matrix. I speak, and the words I choose is because you made those words up. We speak those words because the words come from the breath, come from our thoughts. Even those who deceive us speak the same words we hear. To know the difference, to understand the direction of the word, the direction of thus the one who cast the spell upon the reader. So there are those in the algorithm I have fallen into right now. Everybody seems to say, I want to escape the matrix. Some alone. I want to go alone, regardless, they say. And I hear the echo in the background. And when I listen to the echo, I only hear the parrot. I see nothing else but a parrot. An empty soul speaking in the background, just agreeing with one that chose one direction. And then others go, hurrah, hurrah. And then the ripple effect of those who didn't know where to go just followed the crowd. Think twice when you hear one speak. You are at the candy store with TikTok. You get what you desire when you choose. There will be no entry into your world and no algorithm, and there will be one when you choose, and when you enter, you have chosen. You are measured for every heart, for the distance and time for when you shared the heart with myself and others, for every time you get on, for every time you get off, for every time your phone is with you. TikTok is with you. In every room that you go, TikTok is with you. TikTok and your GPS don't say any different. TikTok is with you. If you want to look at a street map, just say TikTok is with you all the time, unless you wipe it off your phone, and I'm not sure if that's possible. TikTok is with you. You're always looking at the time of the day, the temperature, the moon, what time of the day it's going to be. I'm not just generally talking about the clock as ticking talking. I'm not talking about the mouse that ran up the clock. I don't know if the mouse was being chased or not. And I'm really talking about TIKTOC talk. Turns my other apps off, turns itself on. That's how I know. I know when I hold something close to it and it's the wrong page, it turns the page off. Something that is offset will leave the heart to one side, leaving the shadow in full balance. Just like this Maladhara picture. In fact, this picture behind me is talking about, wow, this is, check this out. Do you see this? It's lousy. Look, the silver. Now, when you look at this, look where the balance is. The heart is on one side. So if you're talking about this side, is this the balance of who you are in weight? But this one over here, I'm more interested in this. You know that Mahaldi that came out right now? It's holding this name. This is all about 8 and 1. See these letters? H-A-R-A, right? This is Harry. So if you're talking about your RH blood coming together, look at this. Here's the word right here, Harry-Casinos. That's the word, RH. Every time you have this, you have a, look. Right? And now, I want to see if I did this right. 1, 2, I'm going to do 2. Should I do 2? So I'll do 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Right? And I'm going to take that and I'm going to draw a straight line all the way down. And here I'm going to draw a straight line all the way down. I'm going to take that and I'm going to split it all the way down here. Whoop. Split it all the way down. See, I started with that, right? But now I split it this way. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from here. I'm going to go to here, and I'm going to go to here. So now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to remove it. See, they're all drawing, you're all drawing the ace this way, right? When actually what they're drawing is they're drawing it here. When you draw it like this, you break a heart passage. And the reason and how you break that heart passage, okay, even though this is where the heart pass is. Right? Even though this is where the heart pass is, you have broken the 45-degree angle. This is noted to be, okay, what is 6, 15, 24. 6, 6, 6. Don't forget the D-Ron. This is only half of it. The hexa, okay? The Y, okay? Okay, the Y is 5 by 5, okay? The TY is 4 by 5, words ending in TY, okay? This is the E world, okay? Okay, it's also the world where the teacher comes in. The teacher runs from 4 to 20. This is where I'm coming in to explain 17. We're going to get back. I'm going to explain 9 and 8 again. I just want to turn this around. There's just so much going on, holding the camera, not holding the camera. Just hold on a second. I have to slow down a little bit. A lot of information. The way out. The way out is to know that you're in. Is to believe where you are, to understand where you are, what it is you're in, how they use it with you, against you, whether you're enjoying it, because you can enjoy where you are once you take over your own representation. How do we do it? I'm not sure. I know the safe way of doing it is by making a lot of personal choices of what to do, not to do. I know one of the easiest ones, which is the hardest one, is we all, and I mean lots of us, have to get off social media completely. Okay? Completely. For 84 hours. I thought it was 72. It's not. It really is supposed to be 92. 92 is the new cycle. Now 92 minutes, 92 hours. Where do I get this number? Number 29 is the beginning of a new cycle. Number 91 and 92 is separate from each other. It's also April 1st in a leap year, which is usually the 4-1. 4-1 connects two systems together. 4-1 or 10-4 is part of communication, the lower and the upper house connected together. 303 away from the seventh gate. Communication. You have to break the communication, breaking the commercial interruption. When you have the commercial interruption, when you're watching TV, right, it breaks your cycle. Now you have to break their cycle. It's very simple. You have to do it. You do it or you don't do it. What cost does it come from? Will it take away any time from you? No. Can you make a quick message to somebody? Yeah, but it's like smoking. You'll probably go back to it right away. No, not 5 minutes. Nothing at all. Zero. How can you do it? You just do it. You want to see me do it? Perhaps after this, I'm just going to do it for the next 4 days. Let's see if I can do it. Big shot. Oh, you're putting me to that, eh? You're testing me. Are you testing me? Or you're a guy, you're the only one with the key. Right. I'm the guy, the only one with the key. C-L-E, the test, okay, with the kill. Okay, the testicule. Now, when you say testicle, you can spell it C-U-L. That is 333. There was a video before talking about how the male pearls is what is that connection, or what is the membrane that encompass to alter, I'm not sure exactly how to say it, to connect to that alternative moon through the male. The male, let me see if I can put this out there. First of all, let me stop for a second. I have to go through these matches. Who are they? Higher intelligence. I can't speak for who they are, but what I can tell you is that the EY, okay, is the male and the female connect. The Y can only be made when we have 5 connects of, when we cross over the 5 position. I've never used 2 sides of this to say whether or not I could. So let me see what that question was, because I don't think I answered. Who are they? Yeah. So the THEY, the teachers, okay, in this world. Okay, Jack is a teacher in Trinity. Is it because that's why we believe in fate or faith, right? Because everybody is going to get something back at them, depending on what level they're on. We're all going to mentally pay the price in one way or another. Rhombus. Hello, Angelica, making things bigger and smaller. Number 25, Earthjack, making things bigger and smaller, eh? Earthjack itself gets bigger and smaller. That's number 25, 10 and 7. How 10 and 7 come together. Both Capricorn and Libra are both cardinal signs. They come up to 17. 17th letter is Q. Q is reverse of J. Now I have to stop beating around the bush. You beat around the bush, you beat around number 5, right? You know, when you beat around the bush, you beat around the Ocean 5 area. Well, there's not an ocean yet, but there's going to be one. Once you get the male inside, it connects up to the moon, it connects another ocean, right? The moon, ocean, the ocean, and the woman, D, the belly that comes in, not the B. Not the B that furnishes the D ocean. You got the B here furnishing the D ocean. Right? Two different worlds, right? You got the D in the center that brought everything together in the birth. Back to the RH. The 8 versus the 9. RH is the 8th letter and the 18th letter. It is in the second level of numbers. It is what holds the plane joining that side with this side. When you're running your protractor, you have destined an area where you put that protractor as being the heart. Do not remove the protractor from its area space. We will build off of it. So let's say we started this house with, can we do 2 protractors in the same area or 3? Like start off with the trinity of protractors and then make 1/3 turn? I don't know, I'm just asking. And then when you box it in, that's when you get your 4 out of it. I'm just asking. But right away, once you make that turn, you can do everything on your own. So I'm just thinking, because we already have the 2 arms coming out. Anyways, H8, R18, it's up 1 rung. What do I mean up 1 rung? Every rung is a 10, right? And every time you go up a rung of a 10, you add on another egg. You add on from here, 1 birth into 2 births. You can put a 0, 0 here, but every 0 will have an 8 and 1 with it. If I mark the 9, it's actually an 8 and 1. The birth comes within the heavens. So this one over here is going to create a 9 within it. It doesn't arrive until the birth arrives. This gets reduced into 9. The R letter as the 18th letter is going to be counted, okay? Counting the 10. 10 and 8 come together to create 18. When H comes in, the reverse of what is 8, what is needed to put onto R, okay, is also needed, okay, is also used in reverse of, sorry. What is in S, okay, is in H. There's a port between the 2. I think I'm going to explain it this way. There's a port between the 2. See this 27 and this 27? Because there's ports between them. They equate to each other, this side or that side. So when you have your RH, it's equivalent to IS, 28, 26, or 6 and 8, 2 times 4, 2 plus 4, 6 and 8, division of the 7th gate. So right away, you see what's going on, division of the 7th gate. This one is out of the sun. This one is part of out of the sun. This one is the moon over here. This one is going to work with the moon over here. These are working with the sun. But with inside of what is 8, 8 works is what inside of 9. 1 and 8 come together, equaling to what is 9. You can see right now there's 2 different kinds, right? This is all of what is. This is the total of 9. So did I explain that? I want to see if I explained that well. I'm going to write it down and re-explain it. And it's not only that, but in games, 26, 28, 29, and 31 all joined together. So the high side was 26. Okay, so this is where 8 and 10 come together. Okay. Okay, I'm going to explain this to you. This is not easy. 10, 8. This is what runs the cycle of the moon over here. This one over here is you in the house of Bate, being ruled under Venus. being ruled under the two moons of Mars. So this is where okay, and this is the singular moon we have in here. Okay, this is our birth, okay, under that moon system that controls us. The seventh gate passes between the two. So we have to look at RH as what is HI. We can look at this. We can also look at this. The H and the I is like what one and two is. So I just can't find a way to explain it better than that. But this has everything to do with the sun and the heavens. This has everything to do with being controlled and picked up through Capricorn and into the heavens. So this is even prior to the birth, right? This is just the lower area. This is even prior. I haven't even reached the other side yet. This one reaches the other side. See the 18 and 19, 180 degrees, go to 190 degrees. You've gone on to the other side. So the H is still keeping me on this side, and it's keeping me within the sun. There is a difference between the sun and the moon and the word birth and birth. BIRTH. Oh, coherent breathing. Connect your chakras. Coherent breathing. Sprockets and gears. Your sun birth. 4 by 18 is 72. The 72 represents the brown house. It also represents the quadra, the coming into the house, the water. This one will be 78, and that's going to be the power of the constellations, the electronic world. 28, 29, human. This number, remember that 28? Look at that. Inside the word hue, 28, H and U. Inside the word man, 28. Inside the word air, 29 is for the hue. Look at that, number 29. 19 and 29 come together, right? 19 would be the father, and 29 would be the mother of the nine. Singularity and duality coming together. So you need to tell me you do not understand something, okay? Or place me somewhere if you want to understand, if you do not understand, or help me see something in a different light, that I tell you something that I do not know. I do not know where everything goes. I just know this is what it creates when I put them together. And it is harmonic when I put them together, being it that when I crisscross over the 180 degree, it's like doing this. Here's number 18 and here's 18 and here's 18. These are my two 18s. 17 and 17. 18 grab 17. 18 grab 17. I got 35. I crossed over the area space. I shrunk the area space. And guess what? The heart of the cube is 3.5. 10 times 3.5 or 8 times 3.5 equals to 28. 1.25. 1.25. 1.25 times 8 equals 12. 1.25. I forget the number I was talking about now, why I went to that. 1.25, 1.50, 1.75, and I used a 1. I don't need to use the 2. If I use the 2, I'll double up. If I use the 3, I'll triple up. If I use the 4, I'll quadruple up. All I need to do is 1. By using only 1, you will only go a percentage above that number. When you use the 2, you become double of and. If that makes sense to you, that's what I hear a lot also. Oh, look, they were unalived. That's Unilever, you know. When the algorithm hears us, they're not hearing unalive. The word live, the word life, the word five, the word fifth, the B for an E and the F and the B for a V will change that word from alive to taking one life or dividing one life when you think about it in numbers to words. First thing it told me. Second thing, too many people agreeing like sheep, too many people using it. How all of a sudden did they force us into using this algorithm? I won't stand by it. But I won't use it flagrantly either. I will stand and be aware when I use the word that I say that my flower passed away. My flower passed away. The leaves fell from the tree, and when I look at them at the ground, they were full of life for the grounds. But as a leaf itself, it was no longer a leaf. I looked at it as fertilizer. I cleansed away a few leaves. I left some. I cleansed away the pine needles, as the pine needles leave a bitter taste in the ground, and apparently it's supposed to stop whatever is beneath it to grow. The Christmas tree, is that the same? The cedar tree, what are the generics of the cedar tree? The oak tree. Why did I tie a yellow ribbon around the old oak tree? Why are you so mean? I'll take my steak in the company, but I'm a vegetarian, a vegetable. Planetary, Terry, why is the terry cloth planetary planet? The system, vegan. You know, the beginning of vegan is VE, the end of love is VE. Do you think it connects? The V is also a Roman numeral equaling to 5. Do you think it divides? You think it changes something within you? You think it delivers between the left and the right? The letter K is also part of the fifth family. The K is the 11th letter, will expand itself by 11 into what is the 5. First of all, the reverse of what is 1 and 1, 2 is the 5 on the cube. The reverse alphabet of what is 5 is going to be the 22nd letter, V. The 5 number is going to be what splits with inside its own word, FIVE, equals to 42. 4 times 2, 4 plus 2 equals to 8 and 6. H and F, what is coming together or dividing of the 7th gate. And the 2 times 3, 6 is the communication between that gateway. So right away, I understand that gateway communication is that 10-4 communication. BC, before the Christ, is the communication. Only when we communicate. I have the phone. I'm taking a 5-minute break. Did I invite somebody up? Somebody came up. Pat, you're up. That's good. Okay. Never brought anybody up, but that's cool. I'm taking a 2-minute break here, and I'll talk to you in a minute. I don't know what happened. What's up? Nothing. I just went on break. No. Yeah, so I went to visit the place with my son. Yeah. And it was built in 1960. Nothing's ever been done on it. It's got no paint. It's got no paint. It's got no paint. The house is worth 0 inside. It's livable, but it's not livable. I mean, there's no debt, there's no anything. Here is something else. 3. I saw a house down there, and his girlfriend is saying, oh, we should do it. So the guy is saying, the guy told him, he says, they're people in the city for anything under 500K, people in the city are jumping on these things. I said, you know what?
to do anything. It's right on the water. It's a small little lake, full of mosquitoes. There's no garage. I told him like this: rent the house for $2,500 next year. I said, listen, they want to live in comfort now. You're not doing anything. You told me you live. Okay, this is them living. They want to live in comfort for the same money they're spending now. They want to be together. Okay, and for the child, she has to be close to the school, and she has to be close to the school that's going to be in an area. Yeah, she can. Yeah. So, anyway, and it's a. No, they can be, but she likes water, he likes water, so I think they're in a good area. But tonight to buy for the next 2 years. And if they do buy, can I say something? Yeah, the end of the year, they're talking about March next year at the time. I mean that's in my work, it's March next year. Sorry, my work is August next year, sorry, but the community's talking about what you're talking about, basically. Me, it's 2027, yeah. Yeah, but you know what, whatever they say online. But anyways, I don't want to talk too much about that, I'm gonna leave that for 5 minutes, I want to take my own break. What happened last night? Whatever happened with that? No, you were supposed to call me back for the last one, you did. Oh, did we do the 12 together? Oh, no, I said I wanted to watch that last one. After that, I went, oh, sorry about that. Yeah, sorry, I was just waiting for you, and then I thought you were calling me just before. I said, I'm not gonna look. I looked, it was too late, so I didn't spend the last 3. Yeah, 28. Anyways, I don't know what I'm doing later, but I'll give you a call back. I might come in tonight, but I won't be early. So I'll give you a call back. Yeah. It's my sister's. It's Mother's Day. Yeah. My sister's gone. My nephew called me to come in. Well, I'm coming in tomorrow for that anyway, so I might be coming in later tonight. Yeah, but to my sister's. Okay, John. Okay, just give me one more minute. I have to let the cat in. Would you like to see? I'm going to let the cat in. Check. Let the cat in. Just come out on the balcony a little bit. Come out on the balcony just like, wow, I can't believe the temperature here. Wow. I went out this morning for a bit. What you doing there, kitty? You're so pretty. Hey, pretty kitty. So, you see that light up there? Right? It's that night, that every single night about 11 o'clock, it starts to buzz. So, see those trees? All brand new. I'm here 20 years. They replaced those trees in 20 years 4 times. 4 times. In fact, they just came out. They cleaned the streets. They didn't put any street signs down. How you doing, pretty kitty? Hey, pretty kitty, how you doing? Okay, we're gonna go back in. Coming back in. Just let me wiggle this around. Let me wiggle this. Oh yeah, we've got the. I thought of the towers when I was building these. You can put your foot inside one of these. See, there's that little mouse. I don't know why I painted the rat, but it told me I painted a big one. Then I painted that rat. So where is that rat? Where is that rat? And then those cherries, right? The crisscrossing, that eye, the cherries, right? You see the 8? I would call that the cat's eye, right? When I did that, so what that means for me is there's another eye inside of it.
Our eye goes the other way. The cat's eye reaches both of those circles there. So those two circles, when they brought the two, whatever you want to call it, with the ice wall, they've kept us on one side only. You like the bow tie? So yeah, I'm going to turn this around over here. I think Pat's been waiting. Just give me a minute. I'm just going to get the cat outside for a second. Just give me the, come on, little kitty, you coming in or are you going to sit outside? Well, I just saw the sunshine and it's beautiful. So I figure another 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and we're going to plug in. How are you, Pat? Are you still here, Pat? I don't hear anybody. No, Pat? Yes, Pat? Is there a Pat here? Does anybody see a Pat here? Hold on. No, I'm not talking about, I think it's patting the cat, but there's the screen, right? You see Pat's down at the bottom over here? There's Pat. Or is that parking? Oh no, I didn't pay my parking. Oh, hold on. Is that tap, tap, tap? There's tapping Pat Allen. Allen's got the Allen, Key Allen juice. There used to be apple juice a long time ago that started with, oh no, that can be alchemy. Hey, alchemy. Oh, wait a second. You're missing the D at the end of your name. So that would be, you want to lend me Al. Hey, Al Yankovic. You know, he used to play with words, but I'm not sure if you're there yet. Are you there? I can't see you talking yet. No, Pat's not here. Oh, well. Goodbye, Pat. He didn't go too far. Pat's still out there. Nothing is lost. You know that, eh? Once you can spell A through Z, nothing is lost. As long as you can spell it, it means you remember it. And anything you can bring back in your memory can be understood through the word itself. So where are we? We have Jenny, the blueberry. H can be silent. Ooh. Okay, wow, I got a whole lot of new messages here. Whoa, this is overwarming. Deep pockets numerology. Deep pockets, I'll tell you one thing. If I put my hand any deeper into my pocket, the only way I'll get by is by, yeah, anybody ever see that? I'm looking to raise some money and I got some, what do they call this? Crystal? Well, I'll show you it later. I'm going to be sending part of the... It's my cherry glass. So we have... Okay, so now I'm not sure if I saw this yet, where Jenny Simmons responded to New Yorker a Minute. And... you know, it's funny. It's too funny. Even the lips, when they put the lips on the side, right? You have above as below. It also represents 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're usually saying 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do you appreciate? So you can appreciate that the one within 2 is 3. The one within 4 is 5. The one within 6 is 7. The one within 8 is 9. So who would you appreciate? Am I the one within all of the mother? 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Is it that in order to have something or another, the minimum you need is 2, or 3 would be the interference? If I pick up the telephone and I call you, you're one and I'm one. And now we have a connection. But now I have a question. I have a telephone. Who connects the telephone? Am I connected to you? Or is there a party line? Or we're all connected to the same party line, and when you get on the phone, there's a whole bunch of us. But according to the cube, there can only be apparently, I think, 2 on at the same time. You need the in and the out, right? You go in underneath, you come out on top, and then you have all the way around. So there's 4 areas around, call it the ring. There's 2 areas upside down. So if I take it out, replace this with this. EIGHT, 8. EIGHT, 8. What is the answer to MC squared? Polly Woolly OLLY OL 11110 OL woman Polly woman WP Polly Wally blood type. What if you put a tin, or what if you put a T in an A in that algorithm? Yes, you can put a T and an A in the algorithm if you want to use Atlanta, if you want to use it as what you hear as a sound for, the @ sign when you're sending something, the uses of the landline animal, meaning soul in earth, for communication. They use it when they say landline, and then they go by the colors. When you go by the colors, you will now add in rainbow, triangle, triangles, okay, and electronics, bit electronics. And we associate the chair with the operator. The brace holding the director chair together to where the V turns into an 11 at the last part over here, or can stay in the X position supporting the chair as they sit back watching the film or the movie. I.e., life for example, 5 and 9. I mentioned before that, and I wish I don't have it on me right now, and I usually just share this with myself when I don't come out here live, but what is with the male, the testosterone? You ever hear that before? I read it somewhere. Well, that I'm not going to say anymore. I'm just going to drop the subject. Okay, anyways, I want to talk about the moon now. And now I don't want to say no more. And now I want to talk about the woman. And now I don't want to say no more. Now I want to talk about the child. And now I don't want to say no more. Imagine if a man and a woman can get together and have a child. Where's that moon? Okay, cool. I have to have it connect first before I can make the delivery. And then the breath will take care inside the supporter, the house, the woman, inside their house. Because I had to make sure that if I'm not good, if I don't connect to the moon, right, and I deliver, right, how do you want the child to come over here? What's that? All right. Why did I say that? Because I just want to talk by numbers, and I don't want to keep writing. I want to find where I wrote it. Please help me, somebody. Somebody. Okay, I don't want to say it. The male thing down there, right? Its number is 63. It's ironic that one must come to 2 to create 3, in which has a leftover of 6. We need to create squares of 9. Why squares of 9? In my game, it dictates. We have 4s also. I'm not getting into that right now. 4 days a week. Oh my God, 4 days a week. Yeah, 2 cycles for the mother. All right. 8, right? 1 cycle, 4 for the father, 2 cycles for the mother, 3 altogether for both. 12 days, 12 moons, creation. Then we get 16 through the corridor. And now you want to see how it breaks down? Oh, I hope I still have this piece of... Oh, please, where are you? Hiding, I'm hiding. Don't hide in there. I wish I had my other computer. Help support the channel so we can pick up his computer already. This thing takes forever. It's like a dinosaur. Oh my God, the dinosaurs returned. I can see them. Underneath my table, on the top of the table, it's like a 2020 screen, but underneath the table, it's like a... You can see it. You can't see it. Don't look. It's my own dinosaur. It's my sister. Sister, transistor, running up Jacob's ladder to the left and the right hemisphere. Okay, so let me look this up. I think I called it, did I call it constellations or zodiac? Please, please, please. I found it. Oh, yes. Oh, God, I'm so happy. See that? Oh, God, I'm so happy. Now, why? Why is it, oh, God, I'm so happy? Oh, God, I'm so happy. Oh, God. Oh, hold on a second. I said, God, I'm so happy. Feeling good. I said it. I called out the name, Jumanji. Isn't that what I said? I said Jumanji, right? Like I got another life. Oh, that breath from the bottom. You know, I took a breath right from down where the sex is, all the way up. Felt it up here. I hit number 7 just with that breath, right? Woo! Wow. Woo-wee! Wow. Wow, thank you so much. Whoa. Oh, man. Oh, man. If you don't know what it is to be bald, oh, don't shave your head for a couple of days. Oh, does this feel good? Oh, yeah. Light up them lights. Oh, God. This is so good. They left me all the best parts. You know what I'm saying? You know what's left up here? I just have the outside of the flower of life, but I'm missing the inside of the flower. You know what I'm saying? The flower of life leaves this area open. It just, you know, over here. So I don't need this part. So when you become bald, you just show off the origination of the flower of life, right? Let's see, blood type, Rh negative discussion. What about Ishtar? So if I look at that association name, and for me, you can just sometimes put out one word, capitalize that. The funny thing about that is I don't know where this fits in, so you're gonna have to tell me about this. I'm happy you didn't say anymore. First of all, in Earth is tar, and in the Matrix was tar. It is rat. AT comes together. Now AT, you're sending it to something. It's RA instead of RAH. So it's from beyond the wall, let's call it, right? Beyond, it's only on one side or one area. If I would say RAH, I'm gonna have to say the heavens and use the H. In this, it's two letters. Two letters equals to sun, three letters equal to Venus. Now, something right now I'm using the sun as sun zero, meaning everything is encompassed within the sun. And everything that moves on is something to do with the sun. Now, I didn't say the one and only sun, okay? You know, I have a power box in the closet over here, and I got an electrical in this room over here, and I open this plug, and that plug works, and that plug works. But then I have to go into the other room. How many rooms in the house? And are we moving in different houses? Remember, we have to understand the crisscrossing of the matrix. 1, 2, 3, 4, the movement of the matrix. After 4, the only separation after 4 of the matrix becomes the cube. Besides the motherboard, becomes the cube plug-in. And that where 1 through 5 fits in. 1 through 5 equaling to 6. A, B, C, D equals to 4 equals to 10. I don't want to lose my trend of thought. I was trying to take a breath and I just cut myself off from my thought. 1, 2, 3, 4. Four and 1 equals to 5. 2 and 3 equals to 5. You see, in this scenario, it's coming out that A, B, C, D, which is AD is 5, ADE. And then we have BC, E, Bell Canada Enterprise. BCE is 235, by the way. Everything could be doubled up to understand what whole is. If I looked at 4 at something, will I say it's whole? Well, it's 4 by 90 equals to 360. But if I looked at 8, I'd go 8 times 3.5 equals to a 28-day cycle. And I try to understand all these different rhythms. Why did I use 8? Because it doubled up 4. I'm also going to use 12 for the understanding of the 12 months and the 12 zodiac signs. Every time I use a number, every number has a value of 0. Every number has a value of 9, or an association of a value of 9. The association value of 9 is 1 and 8, 2 and 7, 3 and 6, 4 and 5. When it's related to the cube, it's 1 and 6, it's 2 and 5, it's 3 and 4. When it's retained to the lower house, it's 1 and 3 and 2 and 2, equaling to what is 4 and 4, to the upper house to what is 5 and 5 equals to 10, to what is 6 and 4 equaling to 10. These numbers I just spoke about will be what is 9 and 5. Okay. I don't know where the page is that I just wrote, but I'm rewriting it. 9, fire, Cancer, water, Sagittarius, Cardinal. 9 fire, Sagittarius. 9 fire, Sagittarius. Leo, 5 fire. Leo 5. So this becomes a fixed. This becomes fixed. The 9 becomes the mutable. The Cancer, the water, the cardinal, the Cancer, the water, the Cancer is 4. Why would the Cancer be 4, 4, 9, 4, 9, right? 4, 9, 4, 9. Okay, 4, 9 also is going to relate to 7, 17. And what is 14 and 19? What is also, I think, related to 2 and 17, 2 and I got 14, 17. Oh, yes, 2 and 12. Okay, association would give me 2, 3, 4, 9, 7, 8, 5, 10. Okay, what about, okay, yeah, Ishtar. So back to Ishtar, the same as the 7th month, something to do with a passageway between 6 and 6. Ishtar is going to be 39, 49, 59, 66, 75. Okay, so it's going to be related between male and female. So the location could be where coming in or joining in the heavens would be Ishtar. B number 75 is associated to the electric moon. 75 is going to be connected to, when you want to cap off a number, you cap it off with this: 7 and 3, 10, 5 and 5, 10. There's 3 caps, 3 major caps. Your 3 major caps of 1, 4, 7 is what is 1 and 3 equals to 4, what is 1 and 0 equals to 1, what is 1 and 6 equals to 7. Note, this is Aries, this is Capricorn. Representation by Aries and Cancer coming into Libra. Also, what is the cardinal signs? G versus D. The 4 months of 30 days, the 7 months of 31 days. 16 is not the spirit, 61 is the church, 91 is the spirit. Adding up through 6, okay, this is the dimensions of the cube. This is the lower half of the cube. The 13 and the 16 is the coming of our birth. 14 and 15 equals to NO 29. The outside of that is 13 and 16, 29. When we come into the house, the beginning of the first cycle is that 29. It's also representation of 28, pending or not, whether you're talking about outside or inside. I'll explain that to you. If you look at, first of all, how do I equate to 29? Many, many numbers, okay? Okay, first of all, 999 36 dash reflection. So, Trinity. The 10, the 000, 0, no. Okay. 22. This is 22. This is 22. This is 10, 20. 22, 10, 20. 22, 10, 20. Oh, and singles. Okay, and single. You know when you say single and you're in a game, there's one on each side? If you play doubles, there's 4. So a single, right, or a double. So what would a lone be? Is a lone like nobody? So when you play a game with yourself, you're playing with nobody? So nobody must be a somebody. Right? A no in a body is part of the IT system. IT system is the electronics. It's how our birth comes through the breath. Yes, the T and the A, I've done that before. Okay, so I'm done with the comments here. So, okay, so good. So I'm going to get back. I'm going to show you some of this. I need water. Let's take 2 minutes here. Ask questions. Right now, only talking to myself. So I got to make sure I understand. Who counts the most? Me. Now, if y'all go away and I say I count the most, well, guess what? If you're not here, you don't count. Well, when you're here, right? If you think you count the most, right, you're right. But I count the most, right? And what I gotta actually say is that I count the most. So I want to try and impress myself. You know what I'm saying? I want to be like right. I want to when I share something, I want to know I want you to correct me, be my judge and go, what do you see? Do you understand what I'm saying? This is a game. Do you understand? You like my game? I'm giving this game away for free. Where will I get the funds to fund it? All donations. Where will they go? Paper, memory, terabytes. Those who know how to create an app. And then once we're complete, everybody can have one. So when we want to learn further, you don't have to join my show. It'll be instant. You'll open the app. You can plug it in. It'll be almost like, can it be hacked? Guess what? It'll be like a bank card. Okay, you can buy it online. You can get a little card, right? You plug in the card, you put the system in, and you can do it on your own laptop without it being hooked up to the network. There's going to be so much information because all this information is going to come in from all of us, and it's just going to pass through the filter. What is that filter? Well, it's going to go, every single letter, okay, means something, right? And all the stories about it, about that letter, and then the association of 2 letters and 3 letters and all the stories. Am I finished creating? No, you're only getting a glimpse when you get this. I'm still working on it, but I think it'll be finished a lot quicker if we had a little participation. Do you think I'm pulling the strings right now? Am I just one of those robotics who come in here to waste your time? Am I here to waste anybody's time? I'll tell you one thing. I'm not here to argue with anybody. This is a game. And I think it's the part of the game where, for me, I think that what gave me this belief and this confidence in my thoughts and my words is because that's what it says. It is what it is. It is what it is. It's absolutely utopia, this place. And in this game that I'm playing, the only way that the adversary can move forward, okay, is by sinking, okay, its opponent. And how can the adversary sink its opponent? Well, it sinks its opponent every time it gets opponent doing what it wants it to do. And in front of both of you is a fish tank. And you can see the water going up and down. The more water you have, the more we have to think. The more water we have, the more you have to think. When you run out of water, you dry up. We don't have you no more. Game over. It's a whole new vibration. That little 2 that's in between the 440 or whatever it is, okay, is a lot more than that. We're only living in part of an area space. The 8640 of the sun, the 432, asked me the question. 432, 864,000 millions of miles, distance or diameter of the sun. 2160, the 2160. 1728, Giza Pyramid. 1728, which is 528. See, the minutes didn't change, right? We changed the hours. So the hours have two sides. The minutes have one side. Right? The hours have two sides. The minutes have one side. Therefore, I have 12, 3, 6, 9, 24, 24, 24, 24, 24, 24, 12, 6, 18, 3, 6, 9, 3, 9, 9. The 6th hour and the 12th hour. The 6th hour and the 12th hour. What? Why did I put that? Oh, yeah. It's 18. Okay. The 9th hour and the 21st hour. Oh, okay. I don't know why I marked all these numbers. Just hold on a second. Whoa, horses. Whoa. 9, 21, 45. It was the morning. Then it was the afternoon. Then it was the early evening. It was night. It was dark. I shall not spend all my night here. I will be done. 10 more minutes. So just let me do this again. What is 12 o'clock is also the 24th hour. What is 3 o'clock is also the 15th hour. What is 6 o'clock is also the 18th hour. What is 9 o'clock is also the 21st hour. So we have what is 12 o'clock, okay, is the 24th hour. 3, 6 equals to what is 9. What is the reverse of it? The 6th hour is the 18th hour. 6 and 18, 24. Here we have the day. So down here, we end up with our 24 hours a day. And we have 6 and 9. We have our 3 times 3, 3 plus 3, our rotation. This one over here, right? 3 o'clock is 1500 hours. 3 and 6, as is this here, is this alike? 3, 3, 3, 3, and 6. 3 o'clock is 3, 1 and 5 is 6. By the way, 3, 1, and 5 is also ace, and there is a division that happens right over here. The total of this one is 21, and the cube, A and B, now enter into the house, right? B and A and B, Abba. This is at 9 p.m. The birth is in the house, 9 p.m. The next thing about this is it's not only this, but this is the 45th minute. Here, it is the 15th minute. But I'm going to come up and show you that after. This one over here, and I'm tired, so I'm gonna have to stop. But what I was talking about this here is when I said 5 and 9, right? 5 and 9. What it is the lower house, 1 and 5. The upper house, same as the lower house, except instead of saying 1 and 5, you say 5 and 9. Instead of it being 4, 3, 2, it's 8, 7, 6. The upper house vibration to the lower house vibration in any order. That's all. It's simple as that. And what are they? It's simple. 3 fire signs. The heart, as I showed earlier on, the heart area here is number 7. 7, or how about 6 and 1? God created. 5 and 2. Here we have 6 and 1. Right? Here we have 6 and 1. If we go outside the center area, we have 5 all the way around. And then we have 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. But all we have is 1 all the way around and 1. We have a total of 9. So if we count 5 all the way around, then we have our 1, 2 center. Well, guess what? The center of 1 and 2 is what is like Mars and Earth. Earth being the center to the control that goes around, also known as Central Station. Area 51 is right over here. Go right over here, visiting jail. Area 31, the cube, 7 times 3, 7 plus 3, 10 and 21 equals to 31. 2 air signs, one of which is mutable, the other of which is cardinal. Do I know what they all mean? Certainly not. I'm the one who says like this. Did you all bring your instruments today? Well, come into the classroom. Let's listen what's out there. I only orchestrate what is happening within the numeric algorithm. The ones we all say, oh, I understand. Oh, don't worry about it. You can put the oven at 350. You can hit the brakes on the car. You'll stop. Those tires are better than the others. Under whose judgment? Just the expression of that statement of one's judgment is to let others talk. Just close your ears or hear it as a story, but definitely don't jive your car that way. In the numeric system that was given to us, the association of 11 takes 2 numbers as everything ends the nest with 9. When you have a nest to rest, you puff up the pizza on the outside and everything on the inside, okay, is where the egg's gonna go. Don't count the egg where the egg is resting as being on the edge, because it's all inside the edge where the egg goes. Okay, now is it the nest? Not the donut, but the nest where you sit. You lay the egg and it's born between the area space, and with the birth, it acquires that torus field born into the house. This house is it the pancake? There's a double torus field of some sort, because there's the pancake, which I think of electricity, because how the electric goes on outside, right? And why do I say pancake? Because imagine if I showed you a dot, right? But imagine if I showed you the dot this big. But instead of a dot, I showed you a piping like this, and I sliced this off. Okay, it would look like a pancake. That's why it calls it the pancake, because it's closed. And you have to go on the outside of it. The thicker the wire, the hotter, the more energy that can pass through it. Oh my God! It's the 33 lady! Did you see that 33 lady? Oh my God, I saw that 33. I remember when I was 33. I remember my son was like 7 years old and he was watching Kermit the Frog and Big Bird. They were all talking about Bert and the lamppost. They were talking about the sun and the ABCs. Oh, the Cookie Monster. You know, when the Cookie Monster came, you have to accept all the cookies. Do you accept all the cookies? Oh, you have to accept all the cookies. My computer is full of cookies. Please clear the cookies. So you can see that if the computer is full of cookies, does that not say that in my game, remember this is just a game, that I must remember that when you play my game to clear the cookies. Remember in my game, they might be robotic. This is a game. This is going to be a game you can play online. The game is going to represent you and me. And therefore, you have to clear your cache. You have to accept your cookies. You should accept a cookie. Maybe you shouldn't accept a cookie. COOIE. 33 for the beginning of cookie of 81 equals to 48. Okay, Trinity, KIEI before E except after C, and it's K that creates C in its primary stage. K is the 11th letter. 11 brings in what is 1 and 1 is 2, and 1 times 1 is 1, is 1 and 2 brings alpha beta creation with inside, so it brings division within. So the cookie bringing division within, does that mean it can open up its beak and connect at the same time? It brings that division? Or is it the division that is within, that if I connect this cable here and this cable here, I will be that division that protects both sides, but takes what with one side, stops the virus, and transfers over to the other side, only using what the other side needs, but not using what this side can support. So therefore, we might fall into some kind of psychosis or inside this game. Remember, it's all inside the game, in which this would have to play onto the memory, however that memory works. I don't know if it's terabytes. I don't know how RAM works. You know what I'm saying? We have to, how we use our game. And remember I said yesterday that in this game that I'm creating, you can lie, cheat, and steal. But then once you do it, you make others aware, because it doesn't come without a cost. And you know what the cost is? You lose color or you gain color. I don't know what the color scheme is going to be yet, right? At first, we're going to start you at one color. And the more something is stolen from you, or the more you steal something from another or cheat within the game, we change your color. And now when somebody else sees you, right, in this RV world, or whatever you want to call it, this VR world, they'll all know you cheated once before, because you're allowed to have game cheats. So when you pick up the game cheat, we know you did. So we know you cheated. We know you're a cheater. We can't trust you. You're not on our team. You can no longer get the acquired points to enter into certain realms, to learn certain things. Now you acquire the fight within the game, right? To show that you're no longer a cheater. You have to pick and choose. So you'll have to play a word game, right? And through that word game, it's only going to be 2 or 3 letter words. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet. I'm just thinking about it. Maybe just something like this. Look at that. Oh, it's nothing. Oh, it's nothing. Isn't it cool the way, out of all the shapes, I mean, I didn't get them all, but just their machine that they showed me. Sometimes I count all of these, but sometimes 3, 6, 8. So which, or what, a 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, which one shows me the 1? God, give me a pair of eyes that can see this distance. It's so far away. Oh no, it's upside down. Okay, thank you very much. Give me a brain that works. Okay, where is it? Oh man. Okay, there it is. So we got 1. Let's not count that one. You know, we got 1. We're not counting it. Oh, don't count. Yeah, we're counting it, but let's count it separate, because that's the beginning. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 11. So you know what's funny about this? This one is 12. This one is 13. So if 13 is the reconnect, should I start from here or here? This is 7/8. You know, 7/8 runs in singularity. If you go 2 of them, it becomes 88 for the constellation, 77 for the plug power. 7 and 7 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. 8 and 8 is 16. 1 and 6 is 7. 57, 75. Would you like to see where that connects to? I've been all over the place. Somebody has to slow me down, right, and direct me. Except instead of these dogs or these reindeer, the package going out there, right, you're feeding me with questions, directing me so I can just answer them so we can both understand what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I see what I do. I don't like it all the time. So that's why it's fun to have a panel and sit here for a couple of hours. So this She is Beautiful. Imagine, I know there's some real people out here. I know there's some real people out here, but no one says a word. Why? There must be a couple of real people. I had my phone out the other day, and I took a not a screenshot. I made a little movie for about 30 seconds of one person, and in fact, there were a few pinkies, certain colors. And I started to notice on my camera, because I really slowed it down, and I noticed this part of the mouth between the eyes was all not moving properly. And then I noticed that when I increase the resolution or decrease it with my rounded screen to my 14-year-old, 12-year-old computer, I'm not that old yet. That old. Okay. No, I just had a thought, because the L in old is a 3-letter word. I use it as angle, the L letter. When they use the L letter for angle, I'll keep it short. The L letter for angle, it's the angle of 180. That L angle happens at the division. The division happens between separating R and R. When separating R and R, you separate it with I. I and I spread apart as like what is R and R. I becomes what is R and R within the heart. Oh, okay. I make no sense. Take out the pen. Take out the pen. Take out the pen. We want to see. All talk, okay? All talk. We want reference. Show us reference, Alfie. Show us reference. How did you lose the $27? You were mugged. Did you make a police report? You know, in 1967, they make a police report. So tell me what happened. You were on the metro and you were mugged. And first you told me it was a he, now it's a she. Is it a he or a she? And you couldn't see because your hat on. You were down by the track, weren't you? I want reference. I'll give you reference. Okay. Okay, get off my back. Get off my back. Here's a little reference. Okay, here's some reference to begin with. Let's put that roof on the house. Let's put that roof on the house. You know, we have to make sure we get the roof on the house properly, right? Get that perfect. Let's get that perfect right angle to get that roof on the house, you know? Da-da-da. Doesn't this look like your FedEx delivery or something there, or your post office delivery? So we have the same thing, right? As this over here. Same thing. Same. Yeah, so we also have this is showing me. Well, hold on a second. Just hold on a second. I want to do this straight, all right? Okay, sorry about that. So I'm just gonna do this real quick, all right? I'm not gonna stay out here long doing this. They also have this going underneath, but I'm just keeping it like this. When they divide this, they divide it here, right? They call this, what do they call this? The angle, right? They call that the angle or something like that. I don't know which way they do it. So the angle, okay, they use the L letter, the 12th letter. Reverse is what is the O, the 15th letter, right? 3 and 6. So you want to go, you remember the 12 and the 15, right? Well, from 12, right, here, right, is 3 p.m. and here is 12 o'clock. When you run this angle, I don't have it straight, so, or you run that angle over here, they're both 45, 45 angles. Here, they're going to call this the 90 area. Over here on the plane, they will call it the 180 degree, but wouldn't it be 180 degree on each side? That's the way I like to look at it. 180, 180 for my 360. You can do it any way you want. You can use it, but when you do it, it becomes R, I, R. The 9, the 9, the 9. In this one, it's going to be 10 and 8. This one is going to stay the way it is. This one's going to remain this, and this one's going to be 10 and 8. The thing about the R, the opposite of this, but the reverse cube is what is the E. E5. But it is the N14, and it is the W23 that all gets ignited, okay, through what is the R18. 1 and 8 equals to 9. That's not the only 9. It's the 1 and 8. Okay, R equals to 9. Okay, it's the 0, 9. Okay, I equals to 9. Or how about this? It's the 10 and 8 equals to 18. Well, what about 9? Well, 1 and 8 equals to 9. 2 and 7 equals to 9. 3 and 6 equals to 9. 4 and 5 equals to 9. 5 and 4 equals to 9. 6 and 3 equals to 9. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You already did that. Yeah, I know. But once you go through the corridor over here, okay, this one over here, okay, is going to be F. This one is going to be M. After we make it through, this will become F, and this will become M, and this will become M, and this will become F. I'm going to explain it. Okay. When you come to the number 3, 12, 1 and 2 is 3 for the female. When you come to 13, 1 and 3 is 4. That's for the male. Now, in singularity, I'm not quite sure if we can do it that way, because to create 4, it's 2 and 2 is 4, 3 and 1 is 4. So this is not an end result. This is something in the works, right? So fixed and mutable is not what it is, okay? When you get to the age of 12 years old and 13 years old, right, you move into this, from this category here, okay, into this category here. And you know what's funny about this is that in golf, okay, you have 4 of these. You usually have about 4 of these, and then you have 10 of the others. I'm just thinking, right? When you go golfing, it's par 3, par 4, par 5. There are no others. This is communication, and it's going to have a relative meaning to 9 and 5. I'm going to put my camera up. I'm going to write it out and show you. I fool around too much, and I'm going to draw it out for you, but I'm going to hold it up as I do it. Um, I just got to see which way to, how am I going to do this? Okay, I know how to do this. I'm going to start it here. Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Okay, first piece right here. Next piece. Next piece. There's a couple of ways to do this. So far, so good. This is the division of 180. Why I write the letter R and this crown, I will show you. Let me get out some colors. Let me put up my studio. Ta-ta-da. At the cost of my labor and time, somewhere out in the wilderness in that big city, I found this wood. I put a little love into it, and I call it all my own. Sometimes I put a string and I play the guitar. I made this musical instrument all by myself, and watch out, if you come to my house, I'll send the alphabet after you. You don't think I'm serious? You come to my door, and I'm going to send a 3-letter word and a 2-letter word, and then another 2-letter word. Who is it? You're now under a spell. Do you answer? And again, a 3-letter word. Yes. Also connected to Venus, 3 letters, 3 by 27 equals to 81. The heart of the birth, 3-letter word. Yes, 25-5. Ooh, Y and E are in the word. Twice into the ocean by answering yes. And then you connect the moon. Wow. 81 and yes, so that's 1924 and 2549 from 81 equals to 32. Energy and the pig come in. A lot of 5s in that word, and yes. Anyways, I need a glass of water. I'm coming back. If you have any questions, I don't want you here wasting your time. Your brain be doing this too. Ask me, I'll tell you. Is there any number, any question, anything in history? Is it an animal? I'll make you up a story. But the story will come from the numbers. The math will come in its reality. You are quite kind to say the words that I have the S&M of art. I am the master of the S&M. I am the art of S&M. I am the smart. And that's why I got a smart car for the microprocessing. Breathe the energy. Don't they tell you an EV to breathe the energy? Right? Isn't it in the word? 222, 222, 222. Come blow my horn. Woo! So all the truckers, when they were out here, 222 is an assimilation of 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8. 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 6. Now you use 3, 222, and 2222, and that association creating 6 and 8 creates a separation of the 7th gate. It also represents what are ducks. It also represents what is a deuce in the deck of cards. The deuce is the holder. Within the heart of the deuce is where the ace resides. And then we have the 3 card. So you can see in the deck of cards and the cube how the 3 associate together. So just let me finish this. If you go online right now and find Madame Curie, or go to weights and measures. Go to Celsius versus Fahrenheit. They have a system that goes on, and you can easily detect the difference and with what reason they used that technique of manipulation of numbers between the two. There's an answer in there. I know, I figured it out. Or I figured one of them out. Sorry, there could be more because I'm not the last word. I'm one of them. That's why I'm sharing it. Buy me some books. Anyways, if you're ever going to go to the market for books for yourself, right, this is what you have to make sure you keep in mind. Without this book, I wouldn't have learned what I learned. I couldn't have taught myself. You couldn't have taught me. See the letter R? I would have been the same color. I even look the same color. Look at me. I almost match. I'm touching the ceiling. Can you see me touch it? Oh, look. Let's say, boop. Oh, look at him. Boop. Oh, wait a second. Hi. Boop. Hi, Mr. Doggy. How you doing? Oh my God. Look at this one here. That one here. The oil is leaking from the cross. Why is the oil leaking from the cross? The oil is leaking from the cross because the crossing of Rubik's Cube, as I mentioned to everybody, pick up a Rubik's Cube. Rubik's Cube, the hexahedron. That's what I wanted to show you. Before I do, let me show you this. Remind me. So when I spoke about an area space, it's either one area space, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and where there's separation or a moon that will come about, or it's going to be over here. When you see this here in this square happening, okay, what happens in this one compared to this one? Okay, here is the railroad track, right? But when you go here, do you know where the railroad track is? Here. Here's the railroad track, right? I got it right on the screen. Okay, when I show you this picture now, okay, see I show you this picture here? That's on the railroad track, right? See the what's it called here on the railroad track here? Now look at it continue down into this next game over here. Hold on. And then it runs into this game. It reconnects here, and there's a square here. Each one of these corners, what is go to jail, what is go to jail, what is go to jail, and go to jail might put you where and living where, right? Remember, what are these over here? This is Grand Central Station. These are all the railways. This one over here is Short Line. I come to you with the story that's a game. And here's the game of Monopoly. So if you want to spell me out an alphabet, you make sure you run along the trains or on the borders on the outside. You want to go to the quarter house? You want to go with go? You tell me where you want to go. You want electric company? You want waterworks? Well, as a board, right? As a board. And by the way, you remember I told you before where this over here, right? That's 21. Doesn't matter where you go from. That's 21 and 61 equaling to the church 101, 141. 181, 221, 261, 301, 341, 381, 421, 461, 501, stop. So we need 12 times, 13 times. I don't remember. My head is like, I think it was 501, whatever it is. So we added a 21. Yes, 21 and 480. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9 times 4, 10, 12. So I had to run all the zodiac signs. 12 times 40 is 480 in order to get there. The same assimilation comes when you do inches. The same assimilation comes when you play basketball and you run in 12 minutes. What this is also, when you use the word human ends up on Electric Company and Waterworks. And it ends up to be the orphan, in the game, the orphan robot, right? The fleshy robotic. The 13th crown, this is going to be the end of it. The 13th crown, and there's a lot I didn't explain, eh? The 13th crown, okay, that crowns us up, and the 29th day that starts the new birth or brings the child on that next cycle into the house, day one of the first house. So I just want to show you this over here. So how do you get this game off? Okay, I don't want a word. So you can see these, right? But do you see the letter R? Can I turn it sideways? And now you see 70. Now, if I'm going to run a T, I'm not going to be running my T this way. Now, when you saw that this was an R, and then you saw that that was an R, and you can see, hold on a second, and you can see, hold on, that there's another R here. You see the R over here? And then when you turn it upside down, right, hold on a second, it's not easy to move these things around, but when you turn it upside down, so what you see here is actually R, 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 R. Now, once I go up on this angle and down on this angle and up on this angle and down on this angle, these will all look like V's. They might look like a DVR, but it's just actually the undulation of our house that we're in. It's the way it is. I don't know where that undulation is. I don't know how it works. The house is on a tilt. It's on a tilt. When you look at 2, 4, 6, 8, that's good. When you see 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, that's good. When you see 1, 2, 3, 4, that's not really no good. Unless you're the 2 in between the 1 and 3. Because that's what it is. It's an area space. You occupy the area space. So if I stand between 3 and 4, then I occupy the area space. Now, if I'm standing this way, it leaves more room this way and that way. So if I turn the other way, it leaves room this way and that way. So I become standing up, and the cube keeps going all around me. You want to call it the torus field? Okay, you can call it that. So you saw, in order to create this, we actually had 4 R's in here equaling to 72. We also had what is I between I and I in creation. We could also see the way it looks like 3 once I take off the border Okay. And when you go up this way, you can also see the C, and you can also see what is the beginning of the hexagon until it gets reflected. Northeast, west. I don't put south over here because the S looks like a 5. They're all 5s. 5 is a reverse cube of 9. They work together. So when you see 9, you will pick up 5. 5 and 9. The average of all the numbers are with 5. But nothing begins until 1 meets 2, and that's when your first 5 begins. Because 1 is the expression of the heart of what is 2, the extremity that goes all around. 2, 2, 2, 2, and back to 2. 10 is completion. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. So you take it from here and you go 1 movement. Let's say you got, I don't know what hours I should use. So let's say you got 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock, and then you got 10:30 and 4:30, and then you got 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock, and then you got 1:30 and 8:30, is it? And then you're back to the beginning again. I don't remember what number that is. That's one of the calculations. I'm going to end the video. Yeah, I'm just going to see if anybody said anything. There's just so many things that are going on to put this house together. So let me talk about what I believe needs to be done if you're still here at this point. Number 1, I think we should be going on as close to up to, if we can, a 92-hour break from all social media. Minimize it. It's just like B, do not buy anything that is not made as close as it is to you, regardless of the price change, or don't buy it at all. Do you need it? 3, you drop something on the floor, pick it up, put it away. Don't pick it up after. You stand for all the others, make no one mad, and don't worry. If they're thinking like you, they won't make you mad on purpose. An argument is an uncompromised discussion. We are doing this. Understand at this time we shall start the commencement of coherent breathing. Delivering the message to the highest chakra is within the breath. When you take a moment for yourself, not just for yourself, but for itself, for the safety of the it, the IT system, the adjoining of all the rivers. How come I don't feel well? How come this? How come that? And do we recognize who we are? Do you recognize? Do you believe? Can you believe? Are you following some sort of religious group of any kind? If you're an atheist, I'll have another conversation. If you're not an atheist, I'll have another conversation. But whoever and whatever you're following, I just know whatever I spoke to you today comes from games, comes from our alphabet, comes from everything that is fair. So for me, I know there is a creator. I don't know the good or bad. I'm not going to get into the word demon, okay, which is 5-4, and then MON, singularity, moon. I don't see this moon here as a really good moon. I see the 2 moons that we don't see as the good moons of the house. First thing is to recognize making all that is the breath. The breath is water. The carbon, the oxygen 667755. Imagine oxygen 667755 would equates to 534. That's right. The par, and the par. It also equals to the division in the sun, the energy. Forget, remember, forget. This is your birth, okay? This one over here brings the IT system within the sun, right? When you put the gateway to it, okay, then you have the regeneration within the male and the female connecting both sides. That's where the N comes in with the N, the I gets exchanged for the E. The E is the energy connecting within the I. 5 and 9. One and 4, okay, is 5. 2 and 3 is 5. One and 4, okay, right? You see that 1 and 4? Check the other side. Now, here's the 2 over here, and here's the 3. Check the other side. What is 5, 9 running the same corridor of the 7th gate? Representation, male. Representation, female. 4 and 3 coming together, right? This is what is a separation and the alignment of the gate. Separation of the alignment of the gate. 3 and 4, 6 and 5. Three and 4, 6 and 5. 6 big black dots, 3 in the center that are not there. Look at the 4 empty spaces. Your 4 empty with your 3 empty. This is 1 and 2, your base creation. It explains it right here, your 7, 11. All your master numbers are on this cube. Okay, so Richard, if you need to know, I'll explain that to you. There's 36 inverted numbers between 1 and 99. I wish I would keep things in order, you know. Wow, I don't even know which book I'm in now. So you understood the thing with the R and the I coming in here? Above here, when I finish it, it looks like one part of it will turn into this. It'll show you the Capricorn stone, A, B, C, D. It'll show you the books of life. One book will go above it. That'll be you. It shows you to one side of 4 and the other side of 4. The 2 join together to create 1. This is the dimension, call it the sailboat in the oceans of the sky. Call this down here the nickel, the beaver's house, because the beaver goes under the water and over the water, and that creates a GGEE. The letter GGEE is when you connect them together. And that's Ishmael, because water is 67, Ishmael is 67, and soul is 67. The beaver joins the 2 houses together. I have to write this down. 23, 45, and 8. 53 works out perfectly. 53 is good. 53 and 75, 2, 7, 8. 8 and 22 is 30, 35. Okay, that's good. Yes, so the beaver equals the numeric value 53. Quebec, which represents electric, also equals to 53. What it is about 53 in the work that I'm doing, it tells me there's one controlling area, and that's the heart of the protractor. So make everything look like 10. So when you put it down and you run a circle around it, every single number has to look like 10. So 5 and 5 is 10. 3 and 7 is 10. So 5 and 7 is the two numeric values that come together. That will equal to the word moon, the word birth. In order to equate what is 11, 12, 13. 11 equals 3, 12 equals 5, 13 equals 7. How so? 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 equals 1 and 2 equals 3. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2, 2 and 3 equals 5. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3, 3 and 4 equals 7. The 3 and the 4 run the same corridor. There's only a singular number. I'm working in whole numbers. There's only a singular number that runs this corridor. Only one number. There are a total of 7. So if I divide 3 by 7 or 4 by 7, will they show that they are the same? So, wow, I have to exit. Hold on. Yeah, I came on with RH Blood, but we didn't get anybody in here to further discuss it, and I didn't have it fully prepared, so pooey on me, eh? Okay, we're going to use this one here. Okay, so when I said 3 and 4 divided, right, by 7, go ahead and divide 3 and 4 by 7 and take a look. Oh, no, this is not good. This is way too... This is not good. It's not good. You got to see more stuff. I need to see more stuff. You need to see more stuff. I got lots of stuff. See more stuff. More stuff. Oh, George Carlin. More stuff. More stuff. George Carlin. Watch George Carlin. Oh, you want to watch someone? Yeah. Watch George Carlin. Come on. Okay. 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 Now, take out the calculator and divide 3 by 7. It will equal 4285. Right there. Now we're going to divide 3 divided by 7 equals 2. 428571. Now 4 divided by 7 equals 2. Do you see? Does everybody see? I need some commentary on this. Hold on. Let me see. Okay, so I don't know what's good or bad with negative and positive, but my work piggybacks everybody else's work, because most of those who study the zodiac and everything else that get the understanding from it, part of our understanding is through the algorithm, and the algorithm is through the understanding of time and numbers, right? Yeah, okay. So yeah, I just wanted to show you this one last piece over here. I'm going to tell you what's on in the background too. I'll discuss that, but I'm tired. You know me, I have nothing ever planned. I'm always all over the place, but my stories are true. And this is not the original, okay? I think this is the one with the error in it. I'll explain to you to the error, and I'll show you what this is. Okay, I also have to, and I'm going to explain what's in the background also. I'm happy it's there. Take it off, take it all off, take it off now. Okay, here it is. So what this is, okay, and you can do this in a circle if you want. I don't have all the artwork perfect yet, I mean, there is no perfect because there's always somebody bringing something else to the table. So what this starts with is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, right? And what I did is the first one, now on the second one, okay, there's going to be 8. I could have did 10 and went 1.2 to the calculation of 10. Yes, I absolutely could have did it. And I could have did 5 to the calculation of 6. I would have to create more dots in order to create this, telling an alternative story, and I will do it. Okay, but in this one, it's 12. Whoop, hold on a second. Hold on a second. In this one, it's 12, 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. So when you draw from here, here's separation all the way down. Separation here, all the way down. Separation here. Okay. Separation here, all the way down. Meaning it'll go to each one of these because there's no separation. It'll go equally. So I only need one line. Separation, one line, nothing in between. Oh, separation, one line. I need to join the top house all the way to the bottom house. And then we have to get each house with its separation. See, if this separation wasn't here, I'd only put one of these, but it's 2. So it becomes 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Hold on a second. Let me see. So this becomes, let me see how it becomes. Okay, yes, here it is. Top box. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1. So if you didn't understand, all I'm counting is the top box up here. What's in this box here? And when I come down to this box over here, right? This box is 2. Forget about what's these here. These 2 with no separation. So it becomes 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. And that's 16 of them. Now you come to the third box where 6 is involved. And now you got 3, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3. Now you go to the next row. And this is where 4 is involved. So when 4 is involved, right, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 3, 3, 5. And then you come down to this box. And then you end up obviously with 6 and 6. 8 and 8, right? For the 88 constellations, each one gets their snapper. Each one gets their connection. And there's 16 of them. And that's the way I connected. But now I'm going to be connecting in the 5th and the 10th into this. This is basically just from games and math, putting words together. Yeah, so what it is in the game of roulette, the number 1 goes from, it's not just number 1, it's only when it reaches above 1. The 1 number is like I have to eliminate 1 and 2 have to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can begin at 9. The reason to begin at 9, first of all, you need the backboard. The second reason for beginning at 9 is when we divide by trinity, right? I need to start by anything 3 and up. So 9 divided by 3 is 3. 9 divided by 10 is 3 and something. But you have to get out of the 4th house, right? You have to get into this. I think you have to get back into the 9th house again. You have to work the numbers all the way up just to see what they show you. I mean, otherwise the equation is incomplete. Just don't go and guess. You got to look at all the numbers. And yeah, so to get back with that is that number 10 is black. But number 19, okay, is red. But number 28 is black. So that means, or that says, okay, that 37 is red. Well, if that said 46 is black. Well, what that said, 55 is red. So you see what's happening? If you 10, 0, green, black. 19, 1 and 9, odd. Above and below, red, fire. Number 5, fire, red. 5 and 5, 55. 37, 3 and 7, odd, red. They're all connecting tens. Not only that, if you've ever heard of Rotas Seder opera Tenet, well, that 5-star or the star at Jupiter is all about controlling the 10th gate, controlling Capricorn, 1.2. So 18 divided by 3 equals 6. And voila, this is, remember I spoke about the INR, the platform of the 180 and the splitting of the 90. Divided by 3 equals 3. Divided by 3 equals 6. 3 and 6 come together, and now we can create the Trinity. This becomes the 888, the 8 hours of the night, the 16 hours of the day. Even if the hours have switched, they've been switched. Because this is what it shows me in my game: 16 hours today, 8 hours tonight. However it works with the sunrise or the sunset or the frost or whatever it is, the system is out of whack. I haven't studied everything yet. So, and this is going to be inside the game. So also Celsius and Fahrenheit. It's fun. The Celsius and Fahrenheit differences and where you achieve on certain numbers. I don't remember what it is. I think there was a lot of 5s. When you're doing the 111 in time, they're all going to be representation of 8s. When you do, I don't know, there's just so many of them. And I can say this right now. I think I'm credible enough to just say something off the cuff. But if you do catch me in a, oh yes, so yes, we do have to finish something. Hold on a second. So like I said, what is 5 and 4? Is 2 and 3. Now you want to see something funny? 3 times 2, 3 plus 2. 5 times 4, 5 plus 4. They both equal 11. What? Ma, I'm not crazy. They equal 11. You just told them 5 and 9. Yeah, Ma, they equal 11. It's the key. And it's tomorrow. Tomorrow's 5/11, reflection of the election tomorrow. 131st day, double gateways. And something to do in the constellations. One of the borders of monopoly. So we have 5 and 4. Okay, so 2 times 3, 6. 2 plus 3, 5. 5 plus 6, 11. 1 and 1 is 2. 5 times 4, 20. 5 plus 4, 9. 9 plus 20, 29. 2 and 9, 11. 1 and 1 is 2. How 5 equals to 9? 14, just to let you know, that 14 is what runs all around the cube. But I'm done right now. If you'd like to help support the channel, much needed, not just for today, for every day. We want to put this program out here. So it's not me putting the program out, but if there's somebody out there who knows anything about programming, creating this kind of, whatever I'm creating, this kind of app, there are other apps that we can work off right now. There are others that have to be majorly tweaked or working with whoever owns the app. I have no idea how it's going to be done. I've never done it yet, so there's many steps. It took me 20 years to get there. Thank you very much. 6:30 at night, Eastern Standard Time. Peace. Yeah, I'm blocked for some of my comments.